What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 105 of the weekly comic wrap-up, where we go through the FOC selections of the week by Lefteros. We bring you some market report sales that took place within the week, and of course, we top it off with some hot topics. That's right, we go through some of the news from the last week. And speaking lots of stuff, guys, sports, football is back, so this is the time of year. I hope you all have picture-in-picture on your TVs so you can watch me and you can watch football at the same time. But if you're not and you're watching football and you came back to watch the replay, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Fantasy, not doing good. In fact, in a pool, I'm up against Chia, where I'm getting my ass handed to me. That's what's happening. So yeah, my first week felt a lot like this. Yep, I had the team that was destined to score the most points, and everybody got tanked. Whether it be Collins, who didn't show up, whether it was Judy, and then you have like injuries taking place. Kittle, what's going on? But anyways, that was my Sunday. But yes, lots of stuff to go over. I just want to run some things by all of you. September is my favorite time of year, literally. Video games, sports is back. Everything's happening. NHL 26, I pre-ordered that, and let me tell you, I got early access. I don't know if I should be scoring goals like this, guys. Do better, EA.
Finds a way to get in front of that and quick. Oh, great move to sidestep the check.
Come on. It's not normal. But few things I want to go over, guys. Comic Legion tomorrow, every Monday, they go live at 7 p.m. Eastern time over on their YouTube channel, bringing you the new Comic Book Day books of the week. So every new book that's coming out this Wednesday, they will have under table available for you guys to get. Pick those up because, yes, if you didn't pre-order, this is a good opportunity for you to do that. Pick up the books you missed. Or maybe you want doubles, triples, quadruples, whatever it is. Go pick it up. So go check out Comic Legion tomorrow night. It's hosted by Lefteros and by tonight's guest, CHIAPET. And yeah, let me tell you, it gets wild there. I catch strays over there. Check this.
Chris Condon, when he went up to him and asked him, he's like, "Why are you ending the Ultimate Universe?" And because Gerlando's been pushing this stupid myth on his show every week, and I keep telling him to stop saying it. And his response.
What did I do to this guy? What did I do? Maybe this is why it's been 5 months since he has hopped on. So I'm excited to hang out with him. But on a more serious note, guys, I want to share this with you guys because if you live in the Montreal area or anywhere close to it, if you want to make a trip down all the way to 3585 Rue Ashby, Montreal, MTL Comic Warehouse and Collectors for a Cause. So basically, this is for an amazing cause. I just found out, unfortunately, that somebody within our community, someone who, we've seen within our chat here several times, going through some hard times right now. And literally 100% of everything that is sold, all money is going to this person and going to help him through some really tough times. And my thoughts are with that person. I'm not going to single anybody out. But when I got the news, I was kind of taken back by it. And I think this is a wonderful cause. There's a lot of big books here, guys. You're looking at 20,000 plus books that are going to be sold. So the event kicks off on Friday, September 19 at 3 p.m. It's going to run till 9 p.m. on the Friday. And then you have Saturday, Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you know what? I know my schedule is always super busy. And I don't, guys, I'm not playing Hollywood or anything. It's just, I am really crammed with stuff, but I'm going to make the absolute effort to be here for this because I definitely want to support. And I would love to even possibly go live from here, man, and show you guys all the amazing stuff that is available throughout the weekend. So if you guys could, swing by, make it down or anything, man, it would be amazing. Again, it's for a wonderful cause and for somebody that is very close to us within this little community that we've built here on this channel. So if you could do it, great. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. But anyways, the guy who's constantly throwing jabs at me all over the place and took 5 months away from this channel, except for the 100th episode where he said some nonsense, which we won't repeat anymore. But guys, CHIAPET, what's up, man?
What's up? And first of all, I don't ask to go on anywhere. If you wanted me on, you could have
Fair.
just asked. So
Fair.
don't come. I'm not gonna beg like Cliff here, okay? I'm not gonna make videos and documentaries and get my co-workers to send in emails and letters to you.
You should.
That's not how I play it. I'm the guest that's special. If you want me to grace these airwaves, you better ask.
I love it.
That's how it works. So
I
don't
love
bring
it.
that 5 o'clock, the 5 month thing, and say it's my fault. You know what I mean? That's not
fair.
a thing. I ain't gonna beg for nobody, bro. My
That's
time
okay.
is worth money. All right,
This
that's
is
how it
just-
works. And
this
as
is
for
just-
the nonsense thing, I got plenty more takes if you'd like me to go through them. There's no problem. Just
no,
ask.
no. We want to keep this a show that
Just
is
ask.
informative about everything that we have lined up.
Spider-Man
yes,
2, overrated. There, I
Oh,
said it.
No.
There you
Stop,
go. I
stop.
said it.
Now you're talking the Tobey Maguire one.
Casino, yes, 100%. And Casino may actually be better than Goodfellas, but that I waver. I go back and forth because they're both
Crazy.
great.
You're absolutely crazy. I appreciate you saying all that stuff. It is a nice blanket way of saying that you don't have friends. I get it. You don't want to make videos. But dude, I appreciate you being here.
I have, yeah, fine.
But all right. Okay, you can see the banter is going, guys. We are in NFL fantasy pool mode, and this is gonna.
I'm not even going down that road, which they all laughed at my picks, and I'm about to spank him in embarrassing fashion by 20 points this week.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, you're in multiple pools, right?
Yeah, well, the other one my brother took over, and I can't get access to see what my scoring is. So
that's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But okay, all jokes aside, you've been busy, man. Comic Legion's on a grind, bro. I even for myself, it's been nearly impossible to even meet up with you to come and get some stuff because both of our schedules are conflicting. But I'm happy to see you guys just passed like 200 subscribers now already on your YouTube channel.
yeah. We're grinding it out to get over 200 with the help of our young disciple Nick Papagiannakis. Shout out, who joins the chats. He's too young to buy actually, but he threatens everybody who doesn't subscribe and like the streams. So we put the child labor to work. And he obviously clearly sees quality where people like Gerlando don't, because they don't invite me back after 5 months.
Jesus.
And he does, and we're benefiting for it. No, we've been on the grind. It's been a lot of great books coming out the last little while. We had Fan Expo, which we had a great time meeting some people, and we're still waiting to do a little bit of a video package together with some of the stuff we got from the reference points boys, who had a pretty extensive interview in Italian with the Marco Chicchetto, which I learned how to say his name properly now, and that's the way it goes. And that should be interesting. When I'm sure we're going to share it here as well.
But we're still going to say Cicero just because. But yeah, man, it was awesome to hear that you guys had such an experience. I was devastated to have missed out because obviously we would have done a lot more stuff together. But again, I can't wait to see the content because you've already given me an insight on what's gonna come, like you just shared with everybody regarding Kikero. And of course, Ottawa Comic Con just took place as well this weekend. I know that Cliff made it out. You mentioned Cliff. I know that there was a lot of people. I saw Comic Dude who was there. I saw Marvel who was there. Nefarious Comics was definitely crushing it over there. So it was awesome to see so many people out at Ottawa Comic Con, and some of our crew as well. From the Telegram chats, etc. So yeah, exciting.
Give me a second. Something fell here. So
it's fine, guys. This is the best part of the show. He's blurred out and we don't hear him. So all right, let's get into the FOC selections of the week. Chat. I see you all here. I appreciate every single one of you for showing up, coming to rock it with myself and with CHIAPET, of course. So let's kick it off with the FOC selections of the week. Chia, you ready, sir?
I'm ready. Always.
Let's go. All right, guys, it's the FOC selections of the week, as I said, by our brother Lefteros. Now, if you like any of these books that we're going to talk about tonight during this list, you live in the United States, well, go visit comicnation.us. They give you 15% off of the cover price. Come pre-order. So you have until tomorrow to get those in. If you want an additional 5% off, use discount code Black Crown. You'll get 20% off. You could do your hold box, ship your boxes as you please. Just don't let it build up too much. You know what I mean? Because yeah, that kind of sucks. But if you're in Canada, well, we have this Thrones right here. We've got comiclegion.ca. Go visit Comic Legion. Obviously, as I said at the beginning of the show, they go live as well for New Comic Book Day every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But you can get your pre-orders in. They give you 20% off every single week, but get an additional 5% off by using discount code ENLIST if it's your first order. Leferos has been busy. Let me tell you guys, he hit me with like 30 slides for FOC today, and it's I don't think he sleeps, bro.
No, he doesn't sleep. I'll tell you. I know for a fact, and that creates an unagreeable environment because I do like sleeping, and then he'll wake me up when he figured something out, and I'll be half asleep because I'm old, and I can't catch up what he's saying, and that creates a weird dynamic in the house. But yeah, he doesn't sleep. He's grinding 24/7. And I say this, I hope he's not hearing this. I hope he's doing grinding. He really is dedicated to this, and he's one of the best. I say this humbly as his brother, and the community that we're part of helps a lot as well. But the kids doesn't stop, and I'm very proud of him for everything he's been able to accomplish because it's all hard work. Nothing's been given to him at all.
You realize we're live. He could hold this against you at any point.
Listen.
This is out there now.
Listen. There's plenty of other things that I'll trash him about, but for this I won't.
Yep. But all right, let's get into it. Before we do, Alex, no, I'm not Greek. Chia is Greek. I'm Italian. So there you go. You got two of the best places from Europe right here, right now. So let's go. All right, let's kick it off strong, bro. We got DCKO #1, the cover A, first issue of a new DC comic event. Here we have the cover A. It's an acetate cover. We saw ash cans. We saw the blind bags hit FOC. Now we're finally getting the actual regular covers. So we got the cover A right here. Up next, we also have this amazing Jim Lee cover, dude. Oh my God. This is insane. This is for me an automatic pickup, without a doubt. Do we agree?
It's stunning.
Yep.
Are you finished your intro?
Go ahead. Yeah, you can take over anytime, bro.
I was talking to you backstage about this event. It feels as if it's kind of like a fun event kind of thing. Like, we're gonna have some fun with this, and there's not gonna be ramifications. But every time you see like the Dark Side Omega, and Scott Snyder's involved, and how involved he is in the development of the mirror universe of the Absolute Universe, we're gonna see some sort of crossover between the two that they're hiding from us. It's coming. That it's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna have a lot more ramifications than we think. I believe. I think that this is going to be a big stepping stone to at least the acknowledgement of the second Absolute Universe between the other one. Something like that, This cover is... Jim has done great work on the second Hush series. And I think he's gotten better per issue. And I find it weird that they delayed the last one, but I get it. I'd rather it be quality than sloppy. Same. But I do find... in the last little while, he's not the Jim Lee from the Wildcats or first Batman run / X-Men run. But when he does a cover like this is up there with some of his greats right there. Like this has mood, feeling, the red, the eyes, the everything pops. So it's wonderful. Actually, I think it's incredible.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, wild Dark Side cover. Like, this is absolutely amazing. I had a question that popped up from Derek asking, is this in the bags or on its own? No, these are not going to be in blind bags. They are available in the blind bags as well if you pre-ordered the blind bags, but I believe those are going to be foils, and now we have them available for regular cover prices, the usual prices, not blind bag foil prices. So yeah, this is available. There's a lot more. Basically, every cover that is available on FOC this week is available as well in the blind bag as a foil.
So they're doing the same standard thing that they did with the Batman blind bags.
Correct.
That's the layout. That's the thing that they're doing. That's DC's blind bag thing that they have going.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Which, look, for somebody who's not a
Yeah.
big fan of foils, it doesn't entirely appeal to me on the blind bag side. Whether you guys like those or not, that's totally up.
Some of them looked really nice though. Like I mean, the Batman ones that we opened up, they looked really good. The Lotto one is off the
Oh yeah,
chain, beautiful. Yeah, it's
yeah,
gorgeous.
no,
You
for
know.
sure, dude. No doubt, no doubt. But if you did open your blind bags and you didn't get any of these covers, and you don't want to go out looking for those foils and paying premium, let's say on the aftermarket, eBay, etc., you have the opportunity to pick up just a regular cover as well. Not in a foil, but still, you can pick up these amazing covers. And speaking of amazing covers, you also have this Mark Spears cover, which we've seen these trading card covers before. I love this, dude. I think the trading card covers by Mark Spears have been amazing for all the DC stuff.
Uh, they're they have this cool vintage vibe. Then you throw in this like photorealistic thing that Spears does, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And they've all been nice too. I think we've had the Aquaman. No,
Yep.
this is the second one, right? The Aquaman's the only one we had because we had the Superman, but it wasn't a card. The
Well,
Aquaman is
no,
the only other
I
one we had,
saw there was the Superman crypto one. Um,
but it wasn't a trading card.
I think it was a trading card, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it on sale yet, or is it
You know what,
or is
man?
it on order?
I see so many covers.
Yeah, I know.
That I can't remember if it was on FOC, was it a new comic, etc. But I know that they do have some of the trading cards, and I think the trading card one, there was a Flash one, but I don't know if that.
Oh, the Flash one hasn't been released yet. The Flash one reminds me so much of the original Flash TV show.
Yeah,
Like I
that
don't
I
know,
agree.
you're too young to remember that one. That one is
No,
incredible.
oh Jesus, man! Do you think I don't watch things that predate my birth, bro?
I don't think you have enough taste to watch free things.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. But anyways, no, there's other ones I just don't remember.
But I don't think they've been on sale yet. I think they've been on FOC.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
seen, but that's what I'm saying is I've seen
Yeah.
many already on FOC.
Okay, we're in
Um,
agreement then.
Yeah, but yes, here this one is on FOC. Now, if you're a Mark Spears fan, guys, you're in luck because you got more options as well on FOC this week. We have a wild crossover here of Harley Quinn and Elvira. Issue number 1. This is the cover E, Harley Quinn and Elvira cover depiction by Mark Spears, which is awesome. And if you want to go a little crazy, you want to get nuts, well, we're going to get nuts. We have a 1 in 20 incentive as well. Very nice. I'm always a trade guy. I like trades, man. The only thing I hate about this trade so far, I don't know if this is based on the print, the digital picture. Are they going to change it come print? But I hate how it says Harley Quinn above Elvira, and then it says Elvira above Harley, so it kind of throws me off.
Yeah.
Nitpicking.
Yeah.
I'm nitpicking, but
Yeah.
both look good.
No. This is a listen. The guy knows how to do this type of cover, and it's been going on a year and a half now or something.
Elvira, my bad.
Eh, Like it's not stopping. The Spears sensation isn't stopping.
Yeah.
And from what I gather, when Terry's spoken to me, Leftero spoken to me, and he said he's also a wonderful human being. Like he's a straight up great guy. Hadn't Trek spoken to him? I think as well, in a con. Was it Trek or was it somebody else that we know that
Can't remember.
spoke to him from a con?
Yeah, I think it was Travis, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
And all I know is that he's just a great guy. So I'm just so happy for all his success because it's like, what does it say? He's a 10-year overnight sensation kind of thing that they say. He's been hustling on this thing forever, and now he's blown up. And, just his blind bags, what he's doing, it's such a great give back to the fans. I wish him nothing but the best, and these covers are amazing. Look at this.
Yeah,
It's gorgeous.
absolutely.
And this is it's going to be popping off as well, this one too.
Yeah, Derek saying that Mark Spears is often on Brian McClay's
There
show
you go.
on Wednesdays.
I think maybe that Brian had mentioned that. I think that's what it was on your show. Gee, it was Brian who popped on in the comments, and we read it, and he just felt like he was present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
dude, Mark Spears is very active, and I love seeing him on Beyond Wednesdays, man. It's always fun to see, his perspectives, even on things that are happening within the hobby, etc. So it's always fun. But yeah, dude, he well deserved, and we're gonna talk some more Mark Spears later on in the show. But I would love that, Alex. You know what? I'll hit him up for sure.
Yeah.
If he wants to hop on anytime, more than welcome to. Yeah, Pacino getting excited for all the right reasons, my guy. But all right,
He
moving
said
on.
it. We all thought it. He all said it.
Somebody had to
Elvira
say
was
it.
every person my age's first crush.
I don't know, man. That hair is something else, bro. But then again, man, I watched
Yeah,
Jersey
it's not
Shore.
that. It's not that. It's you're Italian. You should love this hair. What are you talking about?
Like
Italians and
80%
Greeks
of
love
my
the hair.
aunts look like this, bro. Just minus the boobs. Minus the boobs. But anyways,
Yeah.
moving on. Moving on from that, man. We've got G.I. Joe Cold Slither #1. This is fun, man. Look, it's a one-shot featuring the Dreadnoks as the Cold Slither rock band. I just think this is gonna be a good time, man, for a one-shot, dude.
This looks incredible. I'm sorry. Amazing. Great concept. Great idea.
Yeah.
All for this.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
always thought the Dreadnoks were fun, right? Throwing them, they had that kind of like hair metal type punk rock thing going. This is just, it's perfection. Perfection.
It is, dude. I love this, and there's a lot of great covers, dude. There was also the I think it's the 1 in 25 incentive. I didn't get a slide of it, so I don't know. I didn't see it, but yeah, it's also a wonderful cover, man. I love this. It's being written by Tim Seeley, so that's gonna be a good time. And yeah, man, I think Portela did an amazing job with just this regular cover A. So for myself, man, this is a total pickup. This is badass, man. So yeah, and
It's
music.
straight up badass rock and roll. That's what it is, right there.
Absolutely. It screams hair metal, though. I love it. Anyways, moving on from this one,
Yeah.
guys. Oh, there it is. There's the 1 in 25. What am I saying, bro? What am I saying?
Well,
What am
I
I
understand.
saying?
Why didn't you show this before? Look at this thing. It
Yeah.
has little cobras.
Yeah, man. This is amazing, dude. Look at that
Yeah.
drum set. Sick. Sick. Love this. Oh, man.
You know anything about drums there, G?
Absolutely nothing. I
Yeah,
pretend. I
nothing,
do.
eh?
I pretend I do.
That's not true. You know a lot.
I can perfect that singer stance right there. Yeah, I can do that. That's
The
me.
singer stance.
Oh, I could have. Now, like, I'll pop my kneecap and probably my
Is that
back
the
foot.
stance that got your girl to fall in love with you right there? She saw you at a show and she's like, "That's my
Not-
man right there."
Bro, you know what? My wife put up with a lot, and I think one of the biggest things she put up with was my hairstyles throughout my
Oh
entire.
no! What do you mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not always been normal like this.
No. Like, dude, I thought I was Lucas Rossi at one point. I had like half a blonde stripe going across. I
Oh,
looked like a fucking skunk.
so you look like Seth Rollins when he did that when he entered as
Oh
the
yeah,
Shield.
dude. It was horrible, absolutely horrible, but great times, yes. And there you go. See, Steve, my guitarist is here to even back it up, guys. See, I could have done this once upon a time.
It was his move. It was his move.
Yeah. But anyways, man, I had all the emo haircuts you could think of. But anyways, love this. This 1 in 25, absolutely worthy of a pickup in my opinion. This is beyond creative, guys. Check this out. Ice Cream Man, the Mortal Coil Shuffle. It is a card set special, and the story is told via a deck of 55 cards rather than pages like the regular traditional comic books. So you get 55 cards in this that tell the story, and it is absolutely wild, man. I have to say, Maxwell Prince, dude, they're thinking completely out the box when it comes to gimmicks and things that are going on right now within the hobby. We see a lot of blind bags, we see a lot of crazy things. This is the first I've ever heard of this.
I think once Lefteros told me this morning, I said that is genius.
Yeah.
And one thing, I know a lot of people have given pushback against the blind bags and things like that. But one thing I've enjoyed, and I said this before they became available to retailers, when they were only a Whatnot special. I'm like, it seems to me, as long as it's done within a responsible way by the people buying and the people selling, right?
Yeah.
A very fun way to celebrate the hobby. It's innovative. And I find this, again, along with Exquisite Corpses, to be another innovative way to expand and promote the comics.
Yep.
I think this is an incredible idea.
It-
Not just good, I think it's incredible.
Yeah, dude, it's wonderful, and I'm happy you mentioned Exquisite Corpses because yes, on that side of town, they got the blind bags that come with the trading card, and you got to complete that set, which gets people reeled in, right? It reels them in
Of
because
course.
you want to collect that set. If it becomes a playing card game, that's fun.
But let me just say something. They've also coupled it with a banger story.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. The
So they
story's
said,
amazing.
"Hey, we're gonna do this really cool thing of making you get sets and making people not drop off after issue 2 and 3 and keep going for the card set. But we're gonna give you an incredible story by James Tynion and Matt Walsh that's gonna keep you hooked."
Yep. Yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on.
And that looks like it's something. I think when people couple great stories like Ice Cream Man is, which has been going on for forever, with great innovative ideas, I'm all for it. I praise these to no end. Sorry, continue. On Exquisite Corpses.
No,
cut
I
you off.
agree
I'm
with
sorry
you,
about
man. Dude, no, but you nailed it on the head. I don't even need to say anything after that because that's exactly it, man. They've done amazing work on that side, and now you have Maxwell Prince going completely out of the box. You got Morazzo putting the art for this. It's a very, very creative way of making this approach towards putting out this. You get 55 cards that tell the story for this, and it's really, really cool, man. Whether you guys are a fan of gimmicks or not, hey, it's okay, man. I think it's original as hell, and kind of like Leftero said, people should be buying this. Like, how can you not buy this? And I have a feeling it's gonna go completely under the radar. So I think this is a good buy. I think it's a bit pricey. It's somewhere around the $9.99 mark, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's gonna hurt the wallet, but I think it might benefit throughout time. I wouldn't even open it. I would just keep it as is.
Then that's why you gotta FOC it. Save
Exactly.
20%. Don't
Exactly.
use discount code and list and FOC it, man. Honestly, it's worth it.
You take that cheap plug. Well deserved.
100%.
I love it. I love it. But anyways, Ice Cream Man, the Mortal Coil Shuffle. Very cool. Like this on FOC this week. Oh, here's a big one, guys. Rook Exodus issue number 7. Cover A right here. First full appearance of Stag. You got the Matterhorn and you've got Bloodhound. Now, you're getting the second cameo appearance of Arachne, which is going to be revealed. But so the interesting thing is that there's three new wardens that we're going to be getting, and the last time we actually got issues when issue 6 came out, so the last time we got a book of Rook Exodus was exactly 1 year ago. It was in October of 2024, and now this is on FOC, and this is going to launch October 2025. So 1 year gap. Now, as I said, we're getting these 3 new characters. Again, this anybody who's reading the Ghost Machine universe, you're gonna want to pick this up. Obviously, you're probably on this and know about this, but here you have the first full appearance and cover of Stag. Very cool design. I love this, man. It's so badass. But again, that 1 year gap, we've seen this time and time again. We'll take example, Something is Killing the Children. We'll take Department of Truth, where we've had gaps and people fell off. This is a good opportunity. I think, the hardcore fans are excited. I know you're excited. I know, let's say, Lefteros is excited. A lot of people excited. But again, that falls into the hardcore fans category. I think the average fan is going to fall off and probably not even pre-order this.
If people are not paying attention to what Lefteros is telling them, or you're telling them, or I'm telling them, yeah, for sure. But the thing that gets me the most pumped about this and the other Ghost Machine books is the passion that I've seen from the creators. I've had the privilege, the luck of speaking to Jeff Johns, Jason Fabik, and a few of the other crew, and these people set out to create a unique space within the comic universe. They're not doing traditional superhero stuff, but they're putting the care and love that we saw in, let's say, any one of the great works that Jeff Johns had: Flash Rebirth, Green Lantern Rebirth, Three Jokers, or whatever I could think of on top of my head, or Jason Fabik's work, and they're injecting that kind of quality in these original concepts that are so cool. Like this guy, look at Stein. Like he looks completely badass.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
wild.
And I've heard Jason say, "It's like this is us. We're not going back. They're committing. They want to do this for the rest of their run. Like this Ghost Machine thing. They're not here like, oh, we're, because I remember Jason said, he's like, I want people to realize that they're not going to get one volume and we're gone and we're hoping to make a show or movie.
No.
No, man, they want multiple volumes of this.
Yeah.
They want to keep coming back. And the break that they take is not because they're lazy or anything. It's because they're working on the book. So when it comes out, it's always coming out on time. And you're getting Jason's best work. And you're getting Ivan Rice's best work and Brian Hitch's best work. And everybody's Manu Paul's best work. You're getting all the work, all the best stuff that they could possibly do. And I'm so excited for this because I know how excited the creators are for this issue. Yeah. They're jacked. It's going to be a great one.
Absolutely. And one thing that Leftero says within the article that's going to be published over on Covrprice, which I encourage everybody to read regarding FOC, is that Jason Fabok, like, dude, the artwork, and it's very true, man. If you pay attention to the artwork inside the book, man, it is absolutely amazing. It's probably some of the best interior artwork that is happening right now within comics.
Crazy.
And a lot of people, again, I say a lot of people, but it's because the average fan that I speak to is not even familiar with the Ghost Machine.
But it sells really well. The numbers are really well for all the Ghost Machine books across the board because the quality is so good. And guys, I don't know how they could produce such high quality product month in, month out for all their books. Yeah. As a dealer who gets their books from the distributor, every time I see the Ghost Machine product, it's A1. Every book I've submitted for Ghost Machine for grading, because we have so many, they've all come back 9.8. Yep. None of them have, even in the screening, have come back lower. They're always so high quality produced. I love this.
I will say I have seen 9.6s at other shops, etc. Maybe you guys are getting very lucky.
Or we're just submitting we're screening them better internally ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you guys put a lot of work into that, but the quality of the books is incredible. That I'll agree with you at 1,000%. Bernie asking a question saying, why did they stop in the first place? Did they say? I haven't seen anything where they said that there was a reason for the pause. I imagine that with the
it's just Jason to catch up. I think
that's exactly.
I
was gonna say that with the expansion of everything that's happened with the Ghost Machine universe, how it's taken off. Like, I remember when Geiger first originally dropped, a lot of people were not even on the ball with that one. Like, a lot of people were just not even paying attention to it. And I'm talking about that first volume.
The original volume. That was like end the pandemic volume, right?
Exactly. And that was. Dude, I was blown away by it. Like, I was really enjoying it. But I thought when it ended, I thought, okay. They leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger there, and it's like, okay, I don't know where we're going from here. But then you start to see, like, oh, okay, we're getting a lot more titles coming out. They're building a Ghost Machine universe, and so I think the expansion happened rather quick. This is my assumption. I'm not saying they said this, but I think there's a lot that they're building here. And man, if it takes time, as long as it's quality. I mean, I've seen other titles where it's way worse. Take Saga, for example, right? Like,
but again, I get why they do that, because certain artists need time. But I think from what I gather, when Lefteros, I think, spoke to Jason at Montreal Comic Con, I believe Jason said is they take breaks for him to maintain the pace. I mean, he described how I think he could do when he pushed it a book a month at DC, and now it takes him like double or triple the time to do a book. You know what I mean? Like, he's putting that much effort into each and every one of those pages. So that's why the work is so good, but that's also why they do delays for this. And the interesting thing is, he said, I think Lefteros asked, like, who would be the only or other artist you would accept as a fill-in. He said the only other guy, it was with Dan Mora. He loved Dan Mora. That's who he said.
I don't blame him. Dan Mora is one of my personal favorites. And speaking favorites, man, we've got Alex in the chat dropping a super chat, man. $10, dude. Are you nuts? I appreciate you. You don't got to do this. I say this every week, but man, every bit helps. Yes, it does. Opening up memberships for your show. You know something, man? I've thought about it, but I want to make it worthwhile for you guys. So when I have an idea on how I can do something of such and make it worthwhile, I'll definitely do so. But right now, I gotta say thank you tremendously. Maybe Travis can keep the energy going. Let's see.
I'm all gas, no brakes. Yarami.
Appreciate you, Travis. Thank you for that.
I'm not jealous of anything that Travis has. He has
No.
he has a terrible hockey team.
Oh
He
yes,
has a terrible football team.
yes,
But his ability to mimic Jacob Fatou's "you're mean" whatever is
Yeah.
I am completely envious.
yeah. I love it.
He wins. He wins.
But all right, let's move on from Rook Exodus, guys. You heard it from us. We think it's a good book to have, of course. But up next, we've got Laura Kinney, Sabretooth #1. Here's the main cover. Introduction of Age of Revelation, Laura Kinney as Sabretooth. Now, you know, I'm a little behind on some of this X-Men stuff, and I haven't had the opportunity to get some of the pre-reads that other people have. But Lefteros had the opportunity to pre-read, and he said, and I'll quote, okay, of everything that he's seen so far when it comes to all of these Age of Revelation books, this and of course Wolverine as the Angel of Death are the two books that he thinks have some good potential. And I don't blame him because the Wolverine one was really good. This Laura Kinney as Sabretooth, very interesting. This is a very interesting thing.
Well, I'm a sucker for Laura Kinney.
Well, yeah, because you met Daphne Keene.
No, and let's not bring up Daphne Keene because Alex sent his book to get signed and never got on time.
Oh
and
no.
I still feel guilty for that.
No.
USPS didn't do us right. And but anyways, so I love Laura Kinney. I adore alternate reality stories, and Age of Apocalypse is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So I think this is a must-buy for anybody who's in the same vein as me. And the one thing I'll say about Age of Revelation, which if anybody was in our Telegram chat with the information that people like Jeb or myself or Leftero shared, would have known to buy Heir to Apocalypse miniseries last year, and we told them in issue 4 is the first time we see Revelation. And lo and behold, a year later, they're doing a miniseries based around him.
Yep.
So people should have been on. I think the books now is anywhere like around $40, I think, actually. So I saw some sales when they first announced the Age of Revelation. But I think it's a great idea. And the last Age of Apocalypse, if people remember, it was a second universe, and 4 characters came back: X-Man, Sugarman, Dark Beast, and Holocaust. I could pretty much guarantee you, when this story's done, we're gonna get at least 2-3 altered characters in a fundamental way, or refugees from this future that are gonna end up back in our time, and new characters. So be on the lookout of all those issues and of all the new stuff that's coming, because they're committed. Because if you see, this story has been building for a while, because a lot of the characters that they've introduced in Jed McKay's story or something are showing up in this 10-year future. Like, they're using these characters that they're introducing. They're committed to this storyline. So I would be on the lookout for a lot of this stuff. And this looks like it's a great cover, and I can't wait for this, actually. So it should be a great crossover.
Yep. This one is totally being picked up by me. You know, like I said, the Wolverine Angel of Death was really cool. For this, I haven't seen anything, haven't seen any pre-reads, but I'm gonna have faith in this one with what Leftero said, and I'm gonna pick this up. I think it's a really cool crossover here where you get Laura Kinney as Sabretooth. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna play out story-wise. Speaking story-wise and amazing stuff that I've seen as of late, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder issue number 2 is on FOC. This is the cover A. First appearance of a mysterious crime lord is what's going to happen within this issue. But issue 1, dude, was so badass. I'm so happy they brought Shredder back. That presence was missing, and the amount of like just how badass he was in the first issue. I don't know if you read it yet and you saw that final panel of issue 1, when he just like rips apart the robot shredder thing and he just takes the helmet, takes the claws, and off he goes, baby. He Shredder is back, and in a big way. So I'm on board. And not only that, dude, the covers are all fire. Literally every cover is amazing. Whether you want to pick up this one right here by Santo Luco, or you want to pick up all the other ones on FOC, every cover is amazing. The story was great out the gate. I'm on board for Shredder.
They kind of treated Shredder the way John Wick is treated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying?
Yeah, exactly. Badass, dude. Badass.
You're like, oh, everybody back away.
Yeah.
Because and then like one fool thinks that they can do it, and then they get there. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, annihilated.
Yeah. So I'm all for that. They're doing that also, that cool thing where I've tracked down to, I think, where we started with Dexter, where you have a villain, but you make worse people fight the villain, and then you kind of empathize with the villain, like with Dexter or with Tony Soprano. Because everybody around Tony annoyed you so much. So you felt you were okay with Tony being terrible because everybody around him was incompetent.
Or Tony Montana, your favorite.
Yeah, Tony Montana as well. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, it's just such a great idea. It's executed to perfection by Dan Waters. And I'm curious, have they announced who the new creative team for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is?
Yeah, there is an announcement, which we're going to get into later on. As of
the team has been announced?
Yeah, I think so. Let me go over the article while we're running through the show.
It hasn't. There's no chance it's Dan Waters, right?
I don't know. Well, if you want, you want to get into the hot topics.
No, we won't. Because I was hoping we'd get more of him. And Michael Bandini also did that incredible Predator foil cover. I don't know if you guys remember that one. The black, white, and blood Predator cover, which was an incredible cover as well. So great creative team. Very happy with the way it's going. I think Jason Aaron's run on Turtles has been great. I'm happy the secondary book in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder is also great. I think IDW is doing great work with both with this franchise, actually. And I was worried when they ended the last one, because I think Sophie Campbell was doing really good stuff on it, and I like when they had like a larger than life kind of mythos and everything.
Yep.
But man, they picked up and they continued, and it's been really, really good. And Shredder's actually better so far than the even regular book.
Yeah, so just to give you an idea and to answer your question, and again, we'll touch on this a little later as well, because there's a lot more to unpack for sure. But for TMNT, we're going to have Jean Lewin Yang, who wrote Superman Smashes the Klan, American-Born Chinese, Avatar The Last Airbender. And you're going to have Freddie E. Williams II on artist, and you have him from Batman TMNT, Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Very fitting for such a series.
Yeah, so they went with like an Asian vibe to for creators. So that's cool. I mean, that's they may influence it even more on some of those that genre.
Yeah, but I'm loving Shredder so far with issue 1.
Did you say American-Born Chinese?
Sorry?
It was one of the books, American-Born Chinese?
Yes.
That's they made a TV show out of that on Disney Plus, produced by Daniel Destin Cret.
Yeah, I know who you're
the guy who's doing the new brand new day for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it was really, really interesting because it was really steeped in Chinese myth and lore, and you get to know a lot about that. So I can only expect what he's going to infuse in the Turtles, which is going to be taken to a different level too. So that's exciting, actually.
Yeah, no, it really is, man. TMNT stuff has really gotten good, man.
Yeah.
Whether of course, with the Jason Aaron run up until now, and now we're gonna move forward in a new direction. The Shredder stuff is really good. So yeah, I'm really on board. I'm gonna pre-order this. Like I said, there's a lot more better covers as well. Not better, but equally as good. There's a lot of good covers on FOC. So just to highlight, we're just showing you guys the cover A. Up next, though, we have Marvel Knights: The World to Come, issue 3. This is the main cover origin of Katema, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. The origin is going to be continued because, yes, there was debate of the pronunciation out the gate. But yes, this one broke the internet when, of course, we saw in issue 1 the first appearance and learning that he was the son of T'Challa, him being obviously white or whatever it was, like had the casuals kind of confused, etc. So now we're going to learn more origin wise. So again, if you guys are curious to know more about this origin and how it came about, this is the issue to pick up. So yeah, you in on this?
I remember reading issue 1 and saying, I love this. And even before the ending, like I remember reading through it, and I even texted you. I'm like, hey man, this book's really good. And then I went to my brother. I'm like, man, the art by Quesada and the writing by Priest is off the. And because I like when stories are a little bit challenging to read in the sense that they play with the time and they keep you engaged this way.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I'm gonna go on another tangent. Shocking.
Okay.
I remember when House of X and Powers of X came out, and Hickman dropped in a lot of those data pages. I don't know if you remember those data pages.
Yep.
And then the people were like, why are you doing that? And he was like, what happened a lot of times in comics and modern comics with the art and everything being so important is people were getting comics and they become habitual readers. So you were reading so quickly. It was done in 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you're a fast reader, and you weren't paying attention to everything. And then what I've noticed is if you shock the system and you make them read something that's different. So, right, you're flipping through the pages, you're going panel to panel, bang, data page. You're almost shocked to attention.
Exactly.
And sometimes it helps you retain information and changes the story pace. So sometimes when they play with time the way they did in The World to Come, I also felt that kind of, focus. That's not this time. It's then. It's jumping through times, right? Because we had like 3 times happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, funny, Baker.
I love it. But yes.
But that kind of stuff makes me feel like entertained and engaged. And then coupled with the nice twist that they had afterwards, I think this World to Come is great. And I'm so happy that they're continuing it. Yep. And I'm very curious if the Daredevil we saw in Cold Day in Hell is somehow connected to this world, because I don't know. He looks that's a Marvel Knight character, and whatever. We'll see where that goes if they ever tie it back retroactively.
It's a very interesting point. If it does happen, I mean, the Cold Day in Hell, if people missed out on that, please go back to read it because it was so good. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, and like I said, coming back to the Katoma, whatever you want to call the character, Marvel Knights World to Come issue 3. If you want to know the origin on all of this stuff, well, this is going to be the issue for you to pick up, so make sure to do so. Now, moving on from that, though, we're going to check out some of the cover selections for this week. Here's a nice one. It's a Howl variant. It's a carnageized, what a weird word, but yes, it's a carnageized, the Jack-O-Lantern cover depiction by Howl. Love this. This especially is very fitting. We're getting very close to the Halloween season, guys, so good pickup for that, right?
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Love it.
Me gusta. But anyways, let's move on from that. Speaking of Marvel Knights World to Come, Campbell's got some covers as well. As you know, we've been getting a lot of these Campbell covers for multiple issues all across. Just spectacular. Campbell. I hate that little JSC at the bottom, as we see here, is on multiple covers. So for myself, I like the Virgins. I'm more of a trade guy, but the Virgin looks good, right? Does it not?
Campbell's done a really good job on these, and I get the trade often looks good, and Campbell does good work on incorporating the trade into his art a lot of times. Like I remember the X-Men run, like he had the big X in the back, and it really worked really well. But this one looks really good in the Virgin right there. But I don't even mind the JSC, by the way. I like that they labeled it because you get so many Campbell covers that may not be part of this set. You want to know what the set is, Yeah. But I think this is one of the best. Like the Campbell runs have been better than the Scotty set that he did.
Yeah, absolutely. When we look at the Scotty ones, when it was combined all together, yes, it was.
As one art, the picture was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm a massive Scotty fan. Yeah,
the art piece was great. The wraparound was all right, but I agree with you. The J. Scott Campbell stuff has been much better. Definitely that Mary Jane one popped on the aftermarket. Everybody, I knew that was inevitable.
It's orange, Mary Jane, and Campbell. Yeah. It's literally a no-brainer. But By the way, Scotty's other work that he's done lately since Imperial and the FF stuff. They've all been bangers, by the way. Scotty's
Yep.
putting out some really good work right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, but I prefer this, obviously, in a virgin every time. Universal Monsters, The Invisible Man, #1, second print. Dude, the read was wild. Absolutely wild. If you guys missed out on it, again, another great book to go and pick up. Just give it a read, man. You have an opportunity now with the second print. I think Tinian did a great job, but Maria Wolf doing the cover for the second print, man, what a perfect pairing. I love Maria Wolf's work, and give me this. Yes, I want this. Absolutely.
Beauty. And Maria Wolf on an open order second print, that's a pretty great cover to get.
Yeah.
Like this is a banger cover. Like, this is awesome. Period.
Yeah, this is an automatic pickup for me. Like
Yeah.
I said, I enjoyed the read, and I love Maria Wolf's work. I think this is a great book. If I could get her to sign it, I'll absolutely love to do so. Another one of my favorite artists right now, Shubina. And shout out to Laura, who was just here in the chat. But I say it every time I see Shubina. I learned about Shubina because of Bird City, and ever since, Shubina's been everywhere, man. This Avowed #1. This is the 1 in 25 incentive by Shubina. Another one that is just a banger. Beautiful, beautiful cover.
This cover is gorgeous.
Yep.
Shout out to Laura for having a great eye for talent. This is incredible. Every time one of her covers drops, people go crazy. It's funny because I was at Fan Expo at Scott's Collectibles, and right next to them, Suspiria was there. And one of the people who's represented by Scott's Collectibles, Jabbermouth, is that an indie book that's out there now? I'm not sure. He's got a new book coming out, and he was talking about how he's got Suspiria on one of the Kickstarter covers and Shubina. And he goes, I got the two best and biggest up-and-coming female artists working on the next book. I'm so pumped. And he was talking about it, and he name-dropped, obviously, Shubina because she's popping off, and Suspiria. And it was interesting. I was right there. So she's definitely getting recognized within the industry as well as being a massive mover and a shaker. And rightfully so. This cover is great.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Galeftero was saying that this Avowed book itself looks interesting. It's actually a play on G.I. Joe, so that's got to be fun.
It makes sense, yeah, because they're disavowing the soldiers probably. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
So yeah, that alone, I'm pretty interested.
Yeah, just right there. Yeah.
But all right, moving on from that, guys. I don't think Laura's still here, but if she was, I think this would be on her pull list for this week, because you got Halloween at #1. This is the cover E. Jenny Frizen right here. Of course, Hello Darkness. Now we got Hello Halloween. You also got it in a 1 in 20 incentive, all black and white. But the story is by R.L. Stine. We all remember R.L. Stine. We all dealt with R.L. Stine in our lives at one point or another, whether it was Goosebumps on television or if it was Goosebumps at a scholastic school fair. R.L. Stine was part of all of our lives. And I'm excited about this. This is actually really cool, man. I want to see what the book is going to be about for the sake of read. Of course, with a Frizen cover. Beautiful pairing, picking these up. Well, not both of them. I can't afford the 1 in 20. I'm going to stick with this.
Listen, the 1 in 20 is cool because it's black and white and everything, but the colors on the regular open over cover are probably nicer, to be honest with you. Like that purple kind of hue and night, it's gorgeous. Yep. And this is a classic Jenny Frizen right off the bat. I mean, it's a killer.
I dig.
I mean, yeah.
I dig. But all right. Moving on from this one right here. We've got Spider-Man 94, issue #1, now going to a second printing. This was available as a first printing. We talk about this every week. Marvel does this, yes, but they chose a great cover because the Ron Lim cover is amazing for Spider-Man 94, dude. Second print, 1 in 25. I love this.
Ron Lim's homage to Ron Lim is amazing. That's it. There's nothing else to say. It deserves it. It maybe should have been a 1 in 25 to begin with. It's gorgeous. His Spider-Man right there, wonderful. Ron Lim's a really interesting artist because he peaked in the 90s. Yep. He went kind of down for a while, and he wasn't as strong. And now he's just producing such great covers across the board. I remember his foil that he did for Silver Surfer. Awesome cover.
You know what, man? I think it looks great when you pair it with Spider-Man Unlimited issue #1 because
Yes.
behind them is Carnage, and now you have this with 94 where behind them is Venom. So I
Perfect.
think both of these side by side look great, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Yep. But this, if you missed out on it and you couldn't get it on the first print, you have an opportunity as a second print, but you're going to have to pay the ratio price. Now, one book I'm really excited about as well this week on FOC is Marvel Knights Punisher #1. We just spoke about the world to come, Marvel Knights, of course. Here we're getting Punisher #1, and it's a series that is going to have Palmiotti on it, and you're also going to have Dan Panosian. So that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Dan Panosian is so pumped for this book. All you hear him talk about is how amazing this book is and how violent it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's happening? We're getting a new Red Band Punisher series that's supposed to be uber violent with Marco Cicchetto covers, right?
Yeah.
And we're also getting a Marvel Knights World to Come Punisher series by Dan Panosian Interiors that's going to be uber violent and awesome, and it's set in the future that's completely warped and crazy. We, as Frank Castle fans, are eating
Good.
the best we've had probably since the Mike Zeck run.
Yeah.
Two of these going on at the same time?
Yeah. Dude, I'm with David on this one, man, because Panosian on interiors, man, this has got to be huge, dude.
When's the last time?
I'm so excited about that. You have no idea, man. Like, I can't wait to see the artwork within this book. There's a lot of great covers available as well this week, and I feel like I'm saying that for a lot of books, but man,
So many.
Yeah, I openly say it, man. I always pick up the cover A. I like to pick up the cover A because you never know, guys. Of course,
Yeah.
some of these books pop off, and then most people flock to the cover A. But I'm a variant collector. I love variants. I go with whatever cover catches my eye. If the cover A is my favorite, great. But there's a lot of good covers, man. And speaking of that other Punisher you were talking about, the Red
Look at
Band.
this.
Issue 2 is also on FOC this week, man. Benjamin Percy doing great things. Possible introduction of new characters. I feel like that was a very left arrow saying, okay, look, there's a possibility. Okay, we don't know. But if you read the first issue, then yeah, I could understand as to why. But yeah.
Again, to add to something, as Frank Castle fans, we got him to return in Daredevil, and we're about to get him a special. And we're about to get him in Brand New Day, and we're going to be overloaded on Punisher and everywhere. Yeah. But the fact that we're getting such great creators on Punisher, they're not throwaway creators here, man. These are top-tier guys working on Punisher. It's so refreshing. And I can't wait to see both series unfold. I'm loving the trade dress that they have going on, by the way, World to Come right before. Like they have that style where they do a widescreen kind of thing, and the top is just blank and whatever color they are. I think that's just a great idea to make it differentiate on the stands. That's probably Joe Quesada artistic design stuff. But even this cover, look at this. Look at this. The lights hitting him. Oh my God, this is a classic already. I can't wait.
Yeah, I love this. I can't wait to pick it up. One cover that is possibly my all-time favorite on FOC this week is the 1 in 25 incentive, man. Yeah, if you guys check this out. Look, guys, I know I talk about Panosian, I'll talk about Dan Mora, I'll talk about a lot of artists in a positive light because I just simply love a lot of the work that we get. But when we look at somebody like Del Mundo, dude, he is one of the most creative artists out there because every cover he puts out, it's so cheeky and smart, and it's just like it hits. You got this one where he's just driving down the barrel.
So
I love this.
Good. Yeah, look at the mood.
That's what I'm saying. It's setting such a sick tone. But
the car he chose.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of the car that was in the first Punisher movie. Yeah. But when you look at other covers that he has done, throughout time, like let's take that Ultimate Spider-Man one where, it was an homage to ASM 50 when, Spider-Man No More.
What about, yeah, that was an incredible one. But the homage was him putting the stuff in the dryer, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It was the laundry bin.
Yeah, the laundry bin.
It's just the laundry bin.
What about the amazing may be the best Mystique cover, where she's photocopying her face, and every one of the faces is a different X-Men, because she's morphing to each X-Men's face while she's on the photocopying machine.
Yeah, dude,
It's genius.
so good.
He is so creative. I've had the privilege of meeting him twice at Fan Expo. Great guy as well. Top tier guy. Incredible.
Del Mundo, I'm not saying he's underrated. I think he's where he belongs, to be honest with you, among the greats, and he's one of the most creative when it comes to comic covers, dude.
This one is just a banger right there. I mean, come on. A Barrel of a Gun, the mood, that kind of fog, everything about it. Come on.
Yeah, I think this goes over $25 easily at launch day. The cover.
It all depends on how great of a story Benjamin puts together.
Yeah.
I feel like I call him Benjamin because he had the privilege of calling me a Mamalaka.
Yes, but he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
You know what? He wasn't wrong, and he used it in the proper tone. So, my boy Benny, you better knock this out, because we want this to go way higher than the one at $25, because this is an incredible cover. This deserves it.
Stunning. I don't want it to go too high because I want a copy. But speaking stunning covers, again, another Shubina cover, man. You got Heavy Metal Magazine issue 3. This was on FOC last week, but it got pulled, and now it's available this week. Now, the only thing about this, guys, it's going to be allocated, man. So it's going to be limited to 2,000 copies, and how it's being allocated, etc. You know how this goes. It's happened multiple times with multiple books. So get your pre-order in, try to lock it down as soon as possible, and hope for the best, guys. And I hope you guys don't have shitty shops that are going to be like, oh yeah, we never got it, and then boom, it's on their eBay.
You know what? When it's allocated like this, best order a couple. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
So the shop could get you at least one. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it, because if and you know what, if you get all three, even better. Let's say you order 3 and you get all 3, you cha-ching, baby. Go take it to the aftermarket and keep one. But I love this cover, man. I think, Shubina's doing great stuff. I say it all the time. So I love this. Yes, Shubina Part 2. Now we're talking. My two favorite things, Heavy Metal and Shubina. Damn right.
Smart man, JD.
My man. But all right. It's finally here, guys. Essentia, issue 29.
The Stuff of Nightmares. The Stuff of Nightmares.
Yeah.
This is a Jeb book.
Yep, and it's I love this cover. I use it. We have it as the thumbnail tonight. I said it. This is the first time ever that we used a picture of our guest on the thumbnail, and dude, it is a sick cover. It is, look, a book that got pushed significantly for a significant long time. It was monstrous, dude. How this one got pushed. Everybody was anticipating the launch of this. Everyone was excited about it. So here's some pieces I want to just put out there for you guys to think about. A lot of people had this on pre-order in the past. What ended up happening, obviously, with everything that happened with Diamond, this kind of got pulled, right? They didn't even drop this. So now on FOC this week, it falls in time for the release October, right? We're looking at October. You're looking at Halloween. Makes sense as to why they pushed it this far out. Now, if you thought you pre-ordered it with your shops beforehand, you might want to check in with them, because you're going to have to reorder this again. So just make sure you do that, because I know a lot of people were like, yo, I pre-ordered this like last year, man. Where the hell is it? Well, that pre-order is probably long gone, man. So make sure you get that pre-order in. And I got to say, dude, it is a sick cover. Again, I know we saw it last year, but still, it's
the Stuff of Nightmares.
Yeah.
That's period.
Yeah. Maybe this will stop my kids from wanting McDonald's, man.
Yeah, it's gorgeous though. I think that they put a sash on him.
Yeah, so I don't understand what's that one on the second half, because on the variant over there, I mean, the original one that we saw was that regular cover on the left-hand side, but on the right-hand side, I don't know what they're trying to represent with that.
So they're doing 2 covers.
Yeah.
It's not okay. So I guess I don't know why they have a toga, but yeah. Sure. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a great cover.
JD, you are right. It is a wraparound. I don't know if you saw in my thumbnail. You see a little more of to what's happening in this entire wraparound. So yeah, very, very
sick and disturbing.
Sick cover. Yeah, I got it. It's wild. We had the opportunity last year. It never came out. Now it's passing FOC again. So I'm putting it out there again. Make sure you pre-order it again. Hit up your shops, get it, because If you thought you locked it down last time, that's probably long gone. You might want to relock it
Yeah.
down for yourself. And of course, it's available in virgins. I just got to put that out there. Not that I care. For myself, I'm just gonna pick up the regular trades, but it's only a 1 in 15. But I think this will probably get some love on the afternoon.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, but all right, guys, that was the FOC selections of the week. It was a lengthy one, but we went through a lot of information there for you guys. So we hope it makes your decisions a little easier. If you live in the States, you want to pre-order any of these books, visit comicnation.us. They give you 15% off of the pre-order price. An additional 5% off if you use discount code Black Crown. Canada, we've got comiclegion.ca. They give you 20% off every week. And if it's your first order, use discount code ENLIST to get an additional 5% off. Now, covrprice.com also is going to have the extended full article, excuse me, written by Lefteros. So you can go check out why he selected the books that he picked for this week's FOC. And if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, man. And we hope to see you here next Sunday. Speaking cover price, I actually have news for you guys. I know that we kind of touched on it on Thursday, but there's going to be changes to the channel on YouTube. You're going to start seeing some interesting changes. Some of those being that the shows are even being moved around. So just so you guys are aware, as of September 15, there's going to be emails going out. There's going to be updates sent to everybody on social media, on emails, like I said, everywhere. Everyone's going to be aware. But transitions are happening. Basically, the top 10 show is going to be going live now on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, no longer on Tuesdays. So we're going to be going live on Mondays. Laura is no longer going to be hosting the top 10. I'm going to be hosting the top 10 show. And we're going to see some new faces there over on the top 10. So brace yourself for that. But hang tight. Laura's not going anywhere, guys. The Shaker Show is still going to be taking place on Thursdays. That stays put with the OG crew, Lords of the Long Box. You're going to have Laura there. You're going to have Marty. You're going to have Gabe. You're going to have Chris. You're going to have everybody showing up over on the Shakers. And we're even going to be bringing in some new faces, such as, Mr. Longshort, some other faces as well. So keep an eye out for those. And there's going to be an introduction of a new show on Tuesday nights. So on Tuesday nights, I'm actually going to be hosting the new Comic Book Day show, where we're going to go through all the books that are going to be dropping the following day on the Wednesday. And it's kind of just the know before you go. Everybody who's going to be on the panel is very familiar with what's happening with new comic books. And some of us have the opportunity to read most of these books prior, so we can really let you know before you go. Like I said, I'll be hosting that. You'll see people like Travis who's going to be there. You're going to see people like this fella right here. Yeah,
not this loser.
Yep, you're going to be there.
This loser's going to make the cut.
Yeah, you're going to be there. Infamous.
Schedule it every 5-6 months for me.
Yeah, something like that. We don't want to time cover price. But yeah, there's going to be people like Infamous Jeb. You're going to be seeing a lot more of our crew as well, making their way over to Cover Price, and I'm excited about that. So congratulations to of course you and everybody who's going to be coming to hang out and talk new comics, because I think it's definitely going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a rapid fire show, kind of like well, if Chia's there, it's not so rapid fire. It's going to be very informative.
I'm like, what's this guy talking about rapid fire? This guy thinks it's funny. I got to get in the most I could get in, bro. I got to get limited time. I gotta get as much as possible.
Exactly. But yes, the changes are coming. And of course, Comics Covered is still going to go live on Wednesdays with, Matt and John. So it's going to be good times. So just keep an eye out for all of those. So I wanted to update you all, let you be aware of that. Keep an eye out. As of next week, you're going to start seeing those changes. But for now, we got to get into the market report. So,
by the way, this little segment was longer than the whole FOC segment. I'm just going to say.
Oh, stop it. No, the FOC was literally an hour, dude. It was literally an hour, man. But let's get into the market. Vamos. All right, guys, it's time. It's time for the market report, where I look at multiple lists and sales that take place on the aftermarket. Now, of course, I'm looking at lists like House of Stein, CBSI, Key Collector, Cover Price, Go collect, checking sales on eBay, and I've got my brother Michael Baker who hits me up every single day with
Baker
sales.
Shaker, baby.
That's right. We bring you the Baker Shakers every single week. Now, I do want to put it out there and let you guys know that this is not your average top 10 list. This is not any type of list, to be honest with you. It's just some cool shit I saw along the way that I just want to highlight, man. And look at these sales that took place within the week. They're not in alphabetical order. It is not a top 10. We are just here to geek out together. So let's get into it and see what happened on the aftermarket. Oh, look at that. Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, number 1 from 1995. James Gunn announced the title of the next Superman film. Now, I don't want to dive into the possibilities and what's going to happen within the film because we could talk about that a little later in the show. But CGC 9.8 hitting 165 US dollars. Dude, this was a cover price daily shaker. I saw this everywhere. The book, immediately after the announcement, I checked eBay. Dude, I took a video and I sent it to the entire crew over at Cover Price. So there was like Gabe, Laura, Dr. Yo-Yo, you had Marty, you have Cover Price themselves. I'm like, guys, where do we think this lands next week? And dude, it is crazy how just a movie title could move such books.
Listen, it's a wonderful, wonderful example of what you just said. I think I don't think the price is out of whack, by the way. 165, whatever. It's a 9.8. It's a slab. $40 to slab it. You paid 120 because guarantee. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, you're a Superman fan, cool. I think if you're buying this because you think it's related to the movie, you're a loony. It's not at all going to be related to the movie, the story. It's just the title. It has nothing to do with it. But you know what? It shows how people said, oh, the effect that Hollywood has on comics is over. Nah, man. It's still there. Yeah. When the market sees something quality and has faith in it, they're gonna find and seek a connection out, and Superman gave them quality, and now they're trying to find another connection to it. Absolutely. That's what a testament it is.
Yeah, you're spot on with that. I love how JD is starting to he's trying to start a pool here to see who's gonna get it right. He says it's coming in at number 2 this week. I'm gonna go out and say it's probably gonna come in at number 1, guys, because the volume of copies that sold.
Not much. That many sold. Yeah, I guess it's cheap, so people sold it and bought it
for a book that nobody gave a shit about, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this reminds me of the infamous El Muerte disaster that people jumped in on.
Yeah.
When everybody went and bought the El Muerte, the Sensational Spider-Man 6.
Yep.
Or Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 6, was it?
Yeah, dude, that one exploded based off of Sony announcing that they were going to make
Bad
a
Bunny
movie on that, and nothing ended up happening. Bad Bunny backed out, kind of, out of nowhere, and that just completely tanked. Completely
crazy.
Tanked. Yeah, absolutely wild. But yeah, Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, number 1, CGC 9.8, $165. Here's a very fun Baker shaker. It's a cover price daily shaker. But I think of Michael Baker because if anybody would want this book or own this book, he's probably one of those people. The Comics Journal issue 84. This takes us back to 1983. It's actually the first published McFarlane art, and it's found in the letters column of this book. Raw VF copy sold for $514 US. It's the highest sale recorded to date for a raw VF copy. And if you're wondering what that looks like on the letter side right here, you can see that. You see that little Batman there that he's got? Yeah, that was McFarlane, dude, back in 1983. Pretty cool, huh?
Still love that cape kind of thing. He was developing that cape style, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of like interior work that was published in a letters page or something like that. But if you're a McFarlane collector, I mean, this is a must-have. I mean, if I'm Baker, you have to get this. You have to.
Yeah.
And the price is pretty affordable. I mean,
dude, 514 it's up
have
there.
You ever seen the Comics Journal anywhere?
No, I have not. I've never even seen this.
Super rare, so it makes sense that it would be that price.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the price is that whack for what this is. In 1983? No, I don't think it's that whack. I think it's relatively fair for what this is.
Yeah, Gabe, nice to see you here, bro. Gabe. Anytime you want on a Sunday, you know the door is always open. But yes, I agree with Gabe, man. Fan letters are such a cool aspect in collecting, man. I always enjoyed seeing that, and I know some people here, in our chat, etc. Like, what was his name? Chris Venom, Nostra Venom, who shows up here in the chat. He's sent some letters as well that
Yeah.
have made its way. I remember him telling me about that. So those are always cool, man. And I feel like, maybe we should start doing that. We should get in on this and start sending some letters for comics, man. I think it's such a great addition to comics, man. It was so cool. I
Yeah,
love
but this is like an art that got published too. That's really cool.
Yeah, dude. And again, I'm gonna highlight it because McFarlane, like you were saying, the cape stuff, man. Dude, anytime I think McFarlane and his characters, the capes always pop. Whether it be Spawn, whether it be Batman, we could go on forever, man. And yeah, dude,
Well, with
he
Spider-Man,
had it even here, bro.
when Spider-Man, he said, "I don't have cape. F that. I'm doing webs.
Yeah.
The webs will replace the cape." In my
Yeah.
Spider-Man, there's webs around everywhere. That's what picture that as a cape, Yeah,
Yeah.
I got gangster money.
Yeah, but man, I love this, man. This is a good book to have in your collection, especially if you're a McFarlane fan.
Yeah,
Man,
it's a cool book. Like I said, if you're a McFarlane fan, I'd well, now even if you see it out in the wild, if you can find it at a good price, everybody's gonna jump on it.
Yeah, shout out to Derek for doing some homework here, but he said it. He goes, the Slab 9.0 sold for $236 in February of 2024. So 500 plus for VF is cooking, and yeah, it is cooking at least at 500, bro.
Yeah, that's
Wild, absolutely wild. But I love this. Comics Journal 84, raw VF, $514. Up next, we're shifting gears to Amazing Spider-Man 11 because you spoke Webs and Spidey. Why not? We go back to 2014 with this one. This is the 1 in 25 ratio by Delato. First appearance of Solus, which is a pretty cool. Look, I know a lot of people didn't jive with the Solus stuff. I really thought it was cool. CGC 98, $250 is the highest sale recorded to date for a CGC 98. This is all the Spider-Punk time. You remember all this, the Solus stuff?
yeah. Look, the cover's gorgeous, like Delato does. It's a key. It's a 1 in 25 ratios from the 2014. 2011 era, guys. They've held their, So I think this is a very, very fair price. Ratio for Delato from 2014. I think any Spider-Man or Delato fan is well within reason for purchasing this. Like, no, I think I'd love to have this book, to be honest.
Yeah. And yeah, JD, it is a connecting. I know that looking for the Delato connectings, you can't go wrong, man. I think his connecting covers.
They're so good. There's that there's that Venomverse one that he has too.
Yep.
That I think not the recent one,
earlier one.
Same one around this era too. So good, so good. He's just he really fits that connecting thing. He does a good job in it.
Yeah, for me, dude, I loved Solus. I thought Solus was a pretty cool character. The Inheritor stuff, like this was all good times for me within the ASM run. So I really enjoyed it. So it's very interesting. I'm curious as to why this hit the number it did now. But a 1 in 25 ratio of Amazing Spider-Man 11 in a CGC 98, $250. Very impressive.
Like this, I'm interested why this would sell. Did someone get an inkling that they're bringing Solus back or something?
No idea.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like sometimes people get they hear something and they jump on something before.
It could be multiple things, man. It could even be just somebody, kind of like what Gabe's saying is, when you start collecting the set, maybe that's what it is. Maybe this was a missing piece and they wanted that 9.8 to go with the set. I have no idea.
A lot of times, like what Gabe said, like if you're gonna buy one of them in 9.8, you have to have them all in 9.8 or all of them raw. Because I would go crazy as a collector to have only one.
Yeah, I know exactly. And I've messed up on a few of those where I'm missing pieces on connecting covers and it drives me nuts. I remember just when Original Sin came out. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
There was a connecting where the eye was in the middle with all. It put out an amazing piece. And I went crazy looking for that connecting set. And I found it. Finally, I completed that. And then I told myself, like, yo, I am so done with these connecting sets. Like it drives me. Like if I can't get in on it for out the gate, I'm done. Like I don't even want to chase.
So the original Sin, which was like a conspiracy book, drove you to madness. Interesting. That's that's interesting.
Pretty much. So now
Yeah.
you guys know how I feel about those connecting covers. Guys, check out this badass sick cover, man, of Popeye, issue number 8. This takes us to 2012 from IDW. This is the 1-in-10 ratio variant. There's only 2 copies on the CGC census, and both are actually 9/8. A raw near mint sold for $200. Again, cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date. What a sick cover, dude. These IDW books, we talk about this all the time, whether it be on Cover Price with Gabe and everybody on the shakers. Dude, you go back to this era, man. IDW, the early 2010s. Dude, these ratios are hard to come across. They're hard to find, man. Not many people were ordering so many copies, and it's not even a lot, right? It's 10 copies of Popeye 8, and look at that, man. Only 2 copies on the census, $200 raw, man. Crazy.
This makes sense completely. We just spoke how the Marvel ratios have held up. Imagine a Popeye from 2012. No one was. I don't even know if they were. I think Popeye is selling more now than it was in 2012. The new I Lie Popeye or something.
Yeah,
because people love that kind of like nostalgia thing now, like with the Muppets, or they're gonna do now or whatever.
I liked the 8-bit ratio. Not ratio. Sorry, the 8-bit cover.
The 8-bit cover and the other one, the Super Mario 2 cover.
Yeah, that was the 8-bit one that I'm talking about.
No, there was also they had the SNES and the NES cover. That was a pure 8-bit.
Yes.
That one was a 16-bit cover looking. Not 16-bit, but the Gen 2 version. The cover. But anyways, the price seems very reasonable. Very reasonable, and it's a great cover too, by the way.
Yeah, the cover is sick, dude. I love this cover.
Great cover.
Yeah,
great.
Man. It's way too good. But yeah, Popeye 8, man. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this in the wild. If you ever come across it, man, keep an eye out because a raw near mint.
Yeah.
Raw near mint sold for $200. Wild, man. Love this. Guys, one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite shooting games, and to be honest with you, it's kind of not becoming so much my favorite games franchise when it comes to gun games, etc. But Modern Warfare 2 Ghost issue number 1. This takes us back to 2010. It's based on the character Ghost from the video game. And man, let me tell you that the reads in this run, I think it was 6 issues or 7 issues, somewhere around there. It was so good, dude. And learning more about the character Ghost. I love Ghost. Ghost has become a very popular character from the Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty games are falling off for me, to be honest. Like now I'm actually really anticipating Battlefield, but raw near mints of this one right now, $110. This one came in at number 9 on the House of Stein on Friday. And when I saw this book, man, I love this book. It's one video game book that I don't have in my collection. And yeah, man, I hope to pick this up.
It's really cool. He has like a kind of Snake Eyes vibe to him, Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the full face mask and everything. And right, wait a minute, didn't we just get announced that Paramount got the movie rights to Call of Duty?
I don't know if it was confirmed. I didn't see anything confirmed.
It's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Really?
It's confirmed. Yeah. The actual interesting part of that whole thing is
because what I had seen on Instagram was that Steven Spielberg wanted in on it and they declined him or something.
Yeah. So what happened is Spielberg said, "I want to do a Call of Duty movie.
Yeah.
I play the game. I'm a gamer. I love this thing." And meanwhile, Steven Spielberg made probably the most incredible, realistic war movie of all time in Saving Private Ryan. By the way, which inspired the original Call of Duty, the game. Let's just get that out of the way. So he came to them and said, to Acclaim and said, "I want to do this movie. I got full control, last rights. I'm doing it." Steven Spielberg is arguably the greatest director in the history of cinema. Visually, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. They said no, and they sold the rights to Paramount.
Okay.
Because they'll retain more control over the topic.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. I think you missed out on a massive chance. But I do have a lot of faith that Paramount, because they're doing a lot of quality stuff of late,
Yeah.
they're gonna really invest in this to get all these characters like Ghost and everything up and running and cool and in people's minds, and a lot of those visual masks that they have and everything. So I think this has a lot of potential, and that Raw 110 is, I would buy that easily right now because I think the future for this is massive.
Yeah, dude. I agree with you, by the way. I want to highlight what Steve was saying, how this cover is a little bit disappointing, and I don't disagree with him. I definitely doesn't capture Ghost, in my opinion. But looking at some of the covers that do exist for this, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's another open order that was a Jim Lee cover, and this Jim Lee cover is really cool. Dude, it's Jim Lee on Call of Duty. Like you
Jim Lee doing guns and modern guns and regular guns and packs of guns and everything.
yeah.
It's always fucking killer.
So good. Yeah, so good. Yeah, Hyper, best $5 grab. Good for you, man, because it is amazing. I love this book so much. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one. This is actually the 1 in 10 video game art variant, and I love this one so much more. This for me captures the entire look of Ghost, and obviously it's progressed throughout the video games, and I mean it's become a meme from the latest. But yeah, man, I every time I see video game books, man, I'm always keeping an eye out for Call of Duty stuff, especially this Ghost one. And yeah, I'm not surprised to see it sell at $110 for a raw near mint. Man.
Before we continue on this, another I know the ship has sailed on this, but the creative writers room for the God of War show is off the charts good.
Really?
Incredible. Brace yourselves, guys. That's going to be another banger. We're looking like we're entering a golden age for video game stuff.
Oh, dude, I've said
from what Last of Us to what was the one on Amazon Prime that was incredible? Fallout. To we had recently another one as well that I'm missing.
Well, I think you're looking past other bigger names as well, like Super Mario, Sonic.
But those are they're not as
they're
hardcore.
hits, bro.
No. Listen, I'm a fan of Sonic and Mario. That's my jam, bro. Listen, those are my things. But I'm talking about those are not hard to translate. Sonic a little bit more than Mario.
Twisted Metal. Yeah.
You know, like things like Modern Warfare, you can't give it the Mortal Kombat treatment, man. You know what I mean? No. God of War, you give it the Mortal Kombat treatment like some kind of tacky Conan and it's ruined. I'm talking about they're putting money behind this stuff. And because the video games have had such good stories and they've never translated the good story into the movie.
Well, look what they did with Resident Evil, bro. You literally have an amazing story in the video game. Just copy paste it. Let's go.
You know what the interesting thing is? I believe the director and writer of Weapons, one of this year's biggest hits, okay, who's like a horror kind of genre, is in charge of doing the next Resident Evil. And they asked him, "Are you just doing the game?" He's like, "No, man. I'm doing a story set in the Resident Evil world. I'm not going to give you the story you see in the video games. I'm taking the Umbrella core story, and we're going to follow somebody else." And I find that's perfect.
Yeah, give me something original. I'm cool with that. Cool with that.
You know, give me the thing. And like I said, I think we're entering a golden era of video game to TV/movie translations. Yeah, I think we're brace yourselves. Modern War is God of War is gonna be massive as well.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I if that's the case, you know that I'm one of the happiest guys out there. So let's go, baby. I agree with Gabe, man. Yo, a lot of the Wildstorm stuff. Yes, the Gears of War is another must own for myself. I don't have it. But a lot of the Wildstorm stuff is very underappreciated. And every time I go back to it, like, dude, I just picked up what was it, Kane and Lynch? And I think it was Wildstorm as well. And yeah, dude, like
I got Wildstorm Ratchet and Clank. I think I remember, if I remember correctly, I found that one at a good price. I was very happy with that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even get me started on Zelda. I'm all for it. But anyways, Modern Warfare 2 Ghost number 1, raw near mint, $110. Up next, we're getting close to Halloween season, baby. And yeah, of course, some Halloween books are going to start selling. Beetlejuice number 1 is the first Baker Shaker this week. CGC 98 sold for $230. This one takes us back to 1991. It's a Harvey Publications, and it gives us the first comic book appearance of Beetlejuice. Now, where his first appearance was prior, I'm not too familiar, if it was in a magazine or whatever. My wife is a huge Beetlejuice fan. I'm sure she would love to have something like this if she had a comic collection. But yeah, pretty cool. I like this.
Yeah, the only problem is it reminds you too much of the Beetlejuice cartoon,
Yeah.
which I didn't like nearly as much as I like the Beetlejuice movie. You
Yeah,
know,
Michael Keaton is just
Michael. When you get older, you start appreciating greats like Michael Keaton more. You're like, man, what they brought to the screen.
yeah.
And there's some actors you just like seeing on the screen, and Michael Keaton was one of them. Never was the, listen, he's not the prototypical Bruce Wayne. Let's be honest.
No.
Bruce Wayne's got to be a little bit more handsome than Michael Keaton. No offense to Michael, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he plays it good.
So
When you go back there, he's good. So same as Beetlejuice, he played this irreverently great.
yeah,
Sorry,
and you know what? Just to add to JD's point on Beetlejuice 2 being meh, I don't disagree. I think that Beetlejuice is one of those films where it didn't need a second film.
It's
and,
of its time. It's a little bit like Edward Scissorhands.
yeah.
Do we need a sequel to Edward Scissorhands? It's
No.
a fantasy, a fairy tale of its time. Let it be. It wasn't terrible by no means.
Keaton still brought Beetlejuice like
Yeah.
aura
Still-
at 100%.
yeah, 100%. Because he's great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But anyways, Beetlejuice 1, guys, CGC 98, $230.
definitely would love this book.
Yeah. Check this out, guys. We're going with G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue 21. Baker Shaker as well this week. It goes back to 1984. This is the third printing, and it's got, of course, the first appearance of Storm Shadow, and it's a silent issue, as most of you are already aware. CGC 98, $450. Baker Shaker, third printing, also commanding some good coin here when it comes to Storm Shadow, man. I like this. I like seeing this.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this book. I only own a French version of this book.
What?
I got the French version of this book. Not from France, from Quebec.
No, yeah, no kidding.
I need to get. I passed on it. It was not high grade enough, so I didn't get it. I thought I was maybe got into a small collection, but I didn't. But yeah, I love this book, and I would definitely pay a 9.8 third print for this, because I think the third print must be awesome in low print run. I can't tell the difference in these old third prints, because they basically, the only difference is the barcode number. But yeah, I love this book, and this seems cheap, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I'm happy Gabe brought it up, because this was my next point, is that, when you're looking at it, yes,
Yeah.
you could see some differences when it comes to the little price box in the corner there at the bottom of the Marvel stuff. But when you want to know what's the printing, you have to look inside the book. And that's the
Yeah.
thing, is if you buy it in a CGC, yes, you're going to see it'll say third printing, second printing, great. But I mean, when you guys come across these raw, take a look inside the book, man. Open it up, and you're gonna see if it's a
01, it has to be the first printing. 02, third printing. Second printing. 03 at the end of the barcode.
Yeah, but you just open the book. I don't recall barcodes being on this at all, to be honest with you.
It writes it in the messages on the bottom, the old school one, right?
Yeah,
In the credits kind of thing. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's literally, you open the first page, kind of like this. I don't know if you guys saw, but I had posted a Fantastic Four issue 66, and this was a second printing. I saw it was in mint condition. So if you're following on Instagram, you probably know what I'm talking about, but I'll show you guys anyways. So I saw this, and I'm like, wow, this thing is clean as hell. And then I obviously opened it up to check what it was, and JCPenney actually did a printing of this, and you could see at the bottom right there, it says second printing, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So that's how you pretty much distinguish. Is it a first printing, second printing? At this point in time, that was the way to do so, and you would want to check within the book. Oh man, Alex, you're nuts. You know what? Let's finish the market report. Thank you so much for this, and then we'll let Chia answer immediately after the market report, if that's okay with you. So I'll hang on to that, okay? But thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I missed a few of the comments. The barcode numbers was only works on modern books. Exactly. That's what I was saying. So Just check out the inside of these books, and you'll see if it's a later print or not. Up next, though, Star Wars issue 1. We're going to foreign territories, baby. 1977, the South African edition. Super Comics, A New Hope adaptation, of course. CGC 0.5. Sold for $500 US. A 0.5, guys. This thing was beat to shit. I saw the cover. That entire Marvel side right there, where you see who's at the top in the corner box. Is it Luke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke. Yeah, he wasn't there when I saw that 0.5. But yeah, big sale for this one, man.
Wow. Baker's pulling out all the stops tonight. He knew I was going to be here. This is a crazy find.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously it's beat to shit. Is there any of them that still exist of this thing?
I don't know, bro.
If you're a Star Wars collector, you need this. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. This, shout out to my bro Lefteros, who bought me this, I think in a 9.0 or 9.2 for Christmas a couple of years back. One of my favorite books I own. Star Wars was my jam growing up. It's probably my entry drug into this wild world of comics and stuff. So, yeah, this is an awesome book. Awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could find something that would have that extra gangster money like Alex throws around to pick up something like this.
I appreciate it, man. I swear to God, I feel like a hooker when I'm live, or like I'm on a stripper pole and you guys throw money. But you don't need to do it. But thank you so much, Alex. We'll definitely have Chia answer the question. But yeah, man, this is very cool. Never seen this, and seeing a South African edition, which sales almost never happen, was really cool to see. So yeah, shout out to Michael Baker for this one. Star Wars 1, the South African edition, CGC 0.5, sold for $500 US. Up next, another Baker Shaker, one of my favorite issues, and a lot of people hated this one so much, is Amazing Spider-Man 700. We go back to 2013. It's a 1 in 200 ratio by Steve Ditko, and it's the death of Peter Parker, which, if you guys recall correctly, there was a period of time, a couple issues prior to 700, and then we learned it actually happens even before that. But Doc Ock and Peter Parker swap basically minds and soul, etc. And then Peter obviously passes away in Doc Ock's body, and then Doc Ock becomes the superior Spider-Man. Those panels at the end where Doc Ock learns exactly why Peter Parker is Spider-Man, what he stands for, and everything was so amazing. I didn't understand how people hated that, but I guess it was just the idea of Peter Parker dying that pissed everybody off. But regardless, the 1 in 200 for a CGC 9.8 sold for $865. This is huge, bro.
Yeah, well, it's a 1 in 200. It's a key book. It makes complete sense, you know, and it's a Steve Ditko, you know, drawing. And it's a pretty nice one, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's a great action happening on it. When I read ASM 700, I thought it was a masterpiece in writing.
Same.
And I was enraged that they killed Peter. You can have both at the same time. Both could be true. But great stories have to make you feel something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how are we engaged? And comics have been around for hundred years. So the reality is they got to do this to the characters. They got to put them through the ringer and bring them back. I know the one thing that bothered me a lot about Superior Spider-Man, and I think it was issue around 10 or 12. There was a moment where Peter was kind of trying to come back out of it, like he was wrestling control back. And there was a moment where he hesitated to help somebody because it would have caused Doc Ock to take control or something. And that moment of hesitation, Doc Ock was able to wrest control of the back of the body, and it kind of like belittled Peter a little bit to elevate Ock at one point. And I remember that irked me a little bit because I hate when they do that, because I don't believe Peter would ever hesitate saving somebody, even if it meant risking his own life, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I would have said for the Superior Spider-Man arc that bothered me. But other than that, I thought it was a masterpiece. it elevated 2 characters because even Ock learned and changed, and I think it's affected his character, and I think it's a masterpiece. And this is the start of it. And those pages could break your heart.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know what? A lot of people were giving Dan Slott heat when this was coming out, man. And when it dropped, dude, Dan Slott got a lot of heat, and it was not justified, in my opinion. I'm with Gabe on this. Dan Slott run is the best of the modern Spider-Man
Cumulatively,
era.
yes, 100%.
And if anybody wants to argue that, go. I'll tell you, as of ASM 700, try to find me something else, Spider-Man related. Everybody's,
But he did it longer than 700. He came back. He did it up to 800. No, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, he did much more as well after the fact. But what I'm saying is, go in the era of Dan Slott on Spider-Man, and then
from like Brand New Day, let's say.
Yeah, like we got Zeb Wells, we got everybody after that. For me, I think Dan Slott did amazing work.
No, because if you think about it, Dan Slott did from Brand New Day. He was part of the writing crew.
Yeah,
and then he became the only writer after a certain point. So you say Brand New Day till Dan Slott left, which let's say would be 800, and then we had Nick Spencer's run, and then we had Zeb Wells' run.
And Spencer's was kind of not so. It didn't hit.
Yeah,
it didn't hit.
Spencer's run felt like it was gonna be bigger and redo the whole Brand New Day thing, and they bailed on that because they panicked. And then we had Zeb Wells' run, which was terrible.
Yeah,
it started off with such promise with the Tombstone.
I even
and then they just fell apart.
I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I even hated Romita's work. Romita Jr. on ASM, dude, like it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah, but now I think what we're gonna see is Joe Kelly's run will be the best since Slott. Slott's because Slott we had the redoing of the Hobgoblin, we had Grim Hunt, we had so many good stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. But anyways, CGC 98 of Amazing Spider-Man 700, the 1 in 200 ratio by Ditko, sold for $865. Oh boy, look at that. Batman #1. We saw the reveal last week because shops were opening those blind bags relatively early and had people up in arms. And now we see sales on the aftermarket. The blind bag, 1 in 1,000 ratio, covered by Jimenez in a foil, sold in a raw near mint, 1,300. Wow. Cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date so far. Does it go higher? Does it go lower? We shall see. But wow, dude, $1,300 is nuts.
That is absolutely mind blowing. Like when you said raw, I realized, oh my god, this is a raw sale. Like it's too early to even get a CGC sale again.
Yeah.
Like I get it. It's foil. Most likely will come back at 9.8 if it's sharp. It's a cool cover, great book. I would never pay this, but I have a theory. Like I've already said it many times in the chat. The people who are buying this, they're a different price. They're dealing with a different price point for themselves in life.
Yeah,
that's like us buying $130 book. They have a different, budget than the majority of comic collectors.
Yeah,
it's not us buying it. Like regular people kind of thing buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different group of people.
Absolutely. And Gabe, yeah, man, congratulations to the seller of this. Whoever hit this and bought the blind bag at $9 or whatever it was, dude, you hit big, man. That is a big sale, good money to take, and you can put it towards other stuff within the hobby. I'm not discrediting Jimenez's work. I think Jimenez did wonderful covers for both issue 1 and now issue 2, where we have Robin doing the exact same pose. It's the exact same cover. I'm just mind blown over the amount of money that was spent on this, because a run near mint of Batman 1, the 1 in 1,000, sold for $1,300. That was the market. That was the market. But we're gonna get into hot topics right away. We'll keep it relatively short because I know we're getting very close to the 2-hour mark. But I do want to let you guys know that Steve, who's in the chat, guys, I'm going to be doing something with Steve, and we kicked the idea around last week as a joke, but I think I want to move forward with it. Steve is my guitarist in time. We played music and did many crazy things together, and still do so today, even though we have kids. And what we're gonna do with Steve is Steve just started reading comics. Now he's into it. He started watching the show, and he really loves comics. So last week he started reading a couple series, one of them being The Last Ronin, obviously TMNT.
Nice.
He's reading now the absolute Batman stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some check-ins on Steve. We're gonna invite Steve for 5-minute segments.
This is good stuff. Finally, we're getting some man on the street action.
That's what I want, bro. I want to see somebody's perspective that is new to the hobby, has no fucking idea even half of the stuff we're talking about. And yeah, exactly. Steve Gwen dies. Yeah, we're gonna have some amazing perspectives, and I'm really curious because on the YouTube side of things, there's a lot of informative people, man. But I want to see his growth within this hobby, and I want to.
So you want to see the ignorant take?
Not ignorant, but yeah, he's coming.
I'm kidding. I know he's not ignorant. I'm just messing with you.
I know, but he's coming into this blind. You know what I mean? And he's starting with the stuff he loves. So, guys, we're gonna welcome Steve probably next week or whatever he has.
Love this idea.
Yeah.
Finally, you've done something creative. Finally.
Oh, stop it, man! This is. Let's
It's
not get into it.
It's better than having this schlub on every 5 months, bro.
Oh yeah, if I should have pushed it to stick had I known. But anyway, let's get into the hot topics. Chia, you ready?
Always.
Let's go. All right, guys, it's time for the hot topics, and we're going to get into some of the stuff that happened within the last week on the news side. And of course, it's going to end off on some pretty interesting, spicy topics. So to kick it off, I don't know if you guys saw, we spoke DCKO over the FOC portion of the show, but yes, DCKO is going to be dropping real soon, and they've revealed the brackets, as you could see here. So we've got some interesting battles that are going to be taking place rather soon, like Firestorm versus Guy Gardner. That's going to be fun to watch, man. Sure, let's go. You got Cyborg, Batwoman. I think Zatanna is going to be a very interesting thing here, coming to battle everybody. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm excited about because I love wrestling. I love all these throwdowns, etc. But you and I were talking just before going live about what's happening here, and you mentioned it as well within the FOC portion. But will there be more weight behind this? Because Bleeding Cool actually shared a little bit of information. This was yesterday, so I don't know if you guys saw this yet, but I do want to share it with you guys just in case you missed out on it. They say that DC's KO gives characters chance for another New 52 reboot. So I mean that's pretty interesting because New 52, man. I actually really liked the New 52. I know a lot of people again also hated on it, most people I spoke to, but it looks like there's going to be some changes to some of these characters as well, man. So the big knockdown fight of the DC universe in aid of taking on Darkseid, who is about to destroy everything. But is there a way to avoid the fight? It turns out that there may be, but is the price too high? In the first issue of DC's KO, the assembled superheroes are given another choice by the Quantum Quorum to have their reality rewritten and rebooted to remove Darkseid and associated continuity. So I think that is pretty big.
Again, really cool. I think it's going to have more ramifications. I do not want anything to do with the New 52. That thing was a jumbled mess other than the Batman run. You know how I know that? Because the only thing they kept from that run is the Batman run. Nobody else cares about anything else. I mean, seriously. They wanted to be like weirdly edgy. I remember when Jeff Johns brought back DC Rebirth, and it was so awesome. How they brought back and how Wally and that whole scene. And no, I don't want nothing to do with the New 52, so stay away, please. And I don't want another reboot of the DC continuity. I mean, we settled into a nice groove here. I'm hoping they're going to reject that, because they do too many of these restarts. Too many.
Yep.
Of these reboots. And I'm hoping that basically it's a red herring and they're swerving like, oh no, a reboot, and then they don't do it this time, because I think we have a good thing going right now in DC Comics, both absolute and mainline titles.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Especially the absolute side is doing great. Some of the mainline titles I don't entirely care for. But yeah, the reboot stuff. I don't want to see some people with that type of fate where it's like they're gonna reboot their entire history. You know what I mean? Like, man, you can't do that to big characters. You can't do that to some of these
They
characters.
may tweak some of the smaller characters and twist them around, and that I'm okay with. But I'm talking about the big ones. Let's let them run their course. I think we have some good stuff going here.
Yeah,
I mean, Mark Waid's writing history of the DC universe.
yeah.
Now
Now,
change it again.
but Chia, they're gonna have a lot of work to do if they want to do that. It's heavy lifting, of course, because DCKO is only 4 issues, guys. So with 4 issues, what are they planning on doing here?
Yeah.
That's my question. This is a big ass bracket, as you can see. A lot of throwdowns that are gonna happen. So with 4 issues, as you can see, we have round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. Are we gonna get 2 rounds in one? We'll see. But yeah, I'm very curious. It's very interesting. The more I'm learning about DCKO, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on it. I think there's a lot more to it than just the blind bags, guys. Keep an eye out on the read, man, because DCKO is looking like it's going to be a good time. So
Great creative crew.
yeah, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with the creative crew. But anyways, moving on from this. Speaking DC, guys, as you saw, we spoke Superman getting its official title, and it's going to be Man of Tomorrow. And now that is scheduled to hit theaters July 9, 2027. But besides just that, of course, it created an uproar on the aftermarket, on social media. People were going nuts when they saw this. And I'm happy to see that a lot of people are pumped and excited because I thought Superman was a great film. But now looking at 2027, you and I were going back and forth. There's a lot that's slated for 2027. You got a Godzilla Kong movie. You got a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which my kid doesn't stop fucking asking me about. You have a Zelda movie that is apparently slated for 2027. Spider-Man movies coming out. We got Star Wars, Superman, Batman, A Quiet Place movie, TMNT, Frozen movie, an Avengers movie, and Lord of the Rings. That is a big ass year if it comes to fruition. Now, what?
They also forget to include the unannounced Marvel movie for July.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, guys, there ain't no way is Marvel going to release Avengers Doomsday in December, wait a year, and release another Marvel movie. There's going to be one, if not 2 more Marvel movies between those 2 movies.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 Marvel movies in 2027. An Avengers movie and either Doctor Strange 3, an X-Men reboot, or Avengers Time Runs Out, something like that.
Yeah, but
that's coming. That's coming. That's coming for sure.
This is too big. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the list. And guys, call me crazy, okay? But
they're going to be suffering. There's going to be suffering here. They're not going to hit. These movies are not going to make their money that the people are expecting. It's impossible.
No, but it's not even suffering. I'm already expecting movies are going to get shifted for sure because of just how monstrous 2027 is looking. I'm not talking about things on the comic side. I'm thinking a lot of other movies might get shifted. I'm hoping obviously not Sonic getting shifted because I'm tired of hearing my kid, to be honest. But I'm also excited for it. But when you look at it, like you have a Superman movie that is in the James Gunn universe dropping, and then Batman movie. Like, are we looking at that Batman movie?
I think there's a possibility that Batman may shift. I think I spoke to you about it because Fraser, I can't remember. Greg Fraser, the cinematographer, has accepted a role as a cinematographer on another movie, and I believe Matt Reeves only likes to work with Greg Fraser, and he's the one part of the reason why the Batman had such a cool feel to it, right? So if he's working on another movie now or early 2026, how are they going to get the Batman shot for 2027 and ready? I think that may shift to 2028, but that's a big time space between the 2 Batman movies. But that may shift. You may see a movie like A Quiet Place move or a TMNT movie, but they ain't moving the Star Wars movie, and they're not going to move the Superman movie because DC needs to get that positive momentum going, right? They want, and again, it's not going to be a Superman. That movie's going to be a Lex movie, and the Man of Tomorrow is Lex, and it's going to Superman's going to be the supporting character, and Lex is going to save the day, and Lex going to become president of the DC universe. That's what I believe, and I'm sticking with it. And I don't care what anybody tells me. He's going to use the publicity of being with Superman to redeem his character and he's gonna be like a hero, and it's gonna be cool, and he's gonna be a villain the whole time. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I think the theory it definitely sticks, man. It makes a lot of sense. We did have this conversation prior, and I'm totally on board with that. I totally see it happening, especially with how Superman the first film ended, right? Like with Lex.
But these movies are gonna suffer, man, because people need to adjust what they think is a success of a movie now.
Yeah.
Everything hitting $1 billion is gone. It's gone. That idea. I remember. I think we shared it, the chat.
Yep.
In 2019, 6 movies made $1 billion. I think since 2019, 5 or like 6 or 7 have made $1 billion.
Yeah, not never in 1 year. It's
not the same anymore. The
Yeah.
movies are
Anyway.
not hitting the same anymore. You know. And now you're crowding all this IP in 1 year.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I
We'll
mean,
see. We'll see.
FF and Superman were both great movies. Great.
Yep.
One hit 525 by the end of its run. I think it's going to be FF, and the other one hit 600.
Yeah.
And that's 2 big IPs.
Yep.
I mean, people have
And
to shift.
Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is lesser known by the casual, right? Superman, obviously,
Still.
I expected to surpass.
But the movies were good.
Yeah,
Captain
no, they were
Marvel
great.
wasn't known by the casuals.
Yeah.
And hit $1 billion. It's
Yeah.
different times now. You
It
know?
is. It is.
And Captain Marvel's not the movie that's Fantastic Four or Superman is.
Yep, that's very fair points. Very fair points. But we'll see, man. Just looking at 2027,
Trouble.
this is what it's looking like. Yeah, I do see some trouble.
But great
ahead.
stuff. But great content for us, by the way. So we're happy for that.
Exactly. Very quickly, just wanted to let you guys know that the DC is obviously returning to New York Comic Con in 2025. We've spoken about this a few weeks ago, to be honest, and they're going to be there with panels, exclusives, and a celebration of the 100 years. Because yes, there is a big celebration for the countdown to the 100 years for DC. But some very interesting news that I'm pretty excited about is that DC Vertigo is going to be coming back, man. And they have a panel for that on Thursday, October 9th. Vertigo, we're back. DC Legendary Imprint unveils its new ongoing slate. And that's going to be taking place in room 409 at 12:30 p.m. for New York Comic Con. So anybody going, there you go. But yeah, man, DC's bringing all the heat for New York Comic Con.
There's going to be a lot of announcements at New York Comic Con. I know that because the creators at Fan Expo all told me everything's going to be announced at the New York Comic Con. So this tracks. Vertical was like the first prestige imprint that we got afterwards, an image and all that stuff. So it always has like a nostalgia place in my heart, you know. And they produce some bangers like Sandman, and you know. So I think it's cool. I don't know why they let DC let this atrophy under the Dan Didio brand. So they should never have. This had a lot of cachet. This is like Elon Musk changing Twitter into X. Like you have a great brand that everybody recognizes, and then you just don't want people to say tweet anymore. Crazy. Same as that, Vertigo. So I think this is a great idea. Great idea. Reinforce it with some great content, and it'll be off to the races.
Yeah, exactly. And Alex, by the way, I didn't forget about your question. We're gonna, instead of doing it after market, we'll do it immediately after. At the end of the show, we'll have Nick go through his experience with Daphne. So we'll look at that. But yeah, I'm excited. DC Vertigo is making its way back. Very solid points again by Chia. It's weird to see anybody agreeing with you. But yeah, here we are.
My boy Cliff agreed with me. How about that?
Very strange. Sad news came out, but Nelvana has reportedly shut down after 54 years, man. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nelvana, but produced many things. We just spoke about Beetlejuice, and that's one of them for sure. But there was a lot more other ones like Fairy Odd Parents, etc. Rupert, Franklin. We could go on forever. Again, these are things that we grew up with and things that have made their way into comics, etc. So yeah, I thought it was very sad to see this close down. Michael Schwartz, I actually was talking with him, and a buddy of his actually was part of Nelvana and got let go. So yeah, it sucks, man, to see this happening. But yeah, part of our childhood for a majority of us. So kind of sucks.
It's weird that these things, when these things happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Wanted to put it out there in case you guys didn't know about that. So yeah, if you want to know more, for sure, there's lots more to discuss. Guys, We called it. We said it. We asked, how many do you think this is going to hit? When it hit FOC, 300,000 was it's easily going to surpass. And it did exactly that, because the Monster and the Wolf blind bag, yes, blind bags by Mark Spears on pre-orders, guys, it hit 350,000. So shout out to Mark Spears, man. That is huge numbers on pre-orders. But don't forget, guys, this isn't your average blind bag. He put together like 90 covers for this.
It's crazy.
All by himself.
It's crazy.
Right? The guy put in the work for this.
God bless him. He deserves all the success with this. This is how you do a blind bag right.
Yeah, dude.
That's the facts. He said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make sure everybody's going to have a good time buying these things.
Yeah.
And I can't be happier for his success. Seriously. Look, you've already talked about the prices. The price that we're selling these at is as cheap as it's possible to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's
not as if I'm saying this because I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna benefit incredibly from people buying these on my show.
No,
we actually use these as an event to enjoy with the customers. You know, that's what we did with the Invincible blind bags. We want these to be something that the customer gets, and it's a trick or a treat for them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we use these as a marketing tool or as an event tool for our customers to enjoy, right? Because we feel it's so cool. So it's not as if I'm praising this because I'm, happy to sell more of these blind bags. This is one of the products I shouldn't be for the price that we're openly selling it at.
Oh no!
But I'm so happy for his success because I think he's trying to give something back to the customer, and that's what I believe. Yeah. So I'm happy that we're part of that, and I'm happy he's successful like this.
Yeah, I love the idea that you guys are, rolling with this, because you're using it, like you said, as a marketing tool where, you're bringing in the customers and you're going to share the experience with them. I know that, previous times you've gone live. We've done some pack rips of those packs that we were allowed to open. We're not opening anything prior, of course, but it's such a great marketing idea, and that you guys are using this for. You're selling it so ridiculously cheap as well. I think it was you got like 5 or 6 bags or something like that for like.
I can't remember what Terry worked up, what Lefteros worked up.
Yeah,
some
it
price.
Yeah, it comes into like absolutely minimal profit. Like it is like literally.
With the bag and board, probably not. Anyways, whatever. That's not the point. Now, my point is, this deserves to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
I believe his effort deserves to be celebrated by all of us and by the community in large, because he's putting other people and other companies that are larger to shame.
Yeah.
And this is all his work. His 90 covers.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to highlight Cliff here because he's not wrong, man. Blind bags like this work because of creators like him and, of course, Kirkman. When we had the Battle Beast stuff, people got really excited. And now you're looking at something with Mark Spears where it's not... I don't like the way DC's handling their blind bags so far, to be honest with you. It kind of sucks that it's just foil versions of covers that I could order for regular price, right? For myself, I actually have no interest because I don't like foils. I really don't care for the foil part.
The hits are coming off great for DC because they're super rare. Okay, but what I experienced with the super rarity of the awesome idea for the big rig, right, is the variety helps people feel engaged in the concept.
Yeah.
So I believe DC showing us the open order covers and this having the same exact covers as the foil is a little bit limiting in what people's experience, and only giving you the certain 3 or 4 chases that are very rare.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe Invincible giving you all the covers available, right? Plus the ratios, and the 3 foils was really good because you could open up 5 or 6 consecutive and not hit any of the same.
But don't forget that Invincible also threw in an actual first printing and an original copy
as the crazy
of Invincible 1.
But you also could get the 1 in 1,000 in there.
Yeah, but
so you could have any possibility in there, which was a cool idea. Is what I think.
For myself, I would want the Invincible one. I wouldn't care
Yeah.
personally.
And this, for instance, is the king of them so far. But I will say, I do think, from what I saw of the Ultimate Endgame blind packs,
Yeah.
to be a way better in comparison to the big two. I think the Ultimate Endgame blind packs are offering a lot more variety and a lot of I guess the word exclusive or unique books within the blind packs.
Yeah.
Which I think variety is key. Which
Yeah.
I think, with the big rig, we had only one open order cover that's available there, and every pack has to have 5 or 6 open order covers. So then you get the same open order cover, and then
Yeah.
people get bored of that, right? Because
Exactly.
everybody likes to get collectors. So I think variety is the key, and I think where DC now is, they're limiting a little bit of their hits, which are, it's not as fun opening the covers as much, right? Where
No,
I think
exactly.
this, opening these, you could open up 90 and get a different cover every single time.
Yep. Exactly.
Like that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of covers, and the chases are way more interesting. You got 90 different covers here that you're looking for. So yeah, you pre-ordered 6, you're gonna hope and hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you get the ones that you really, really do like. One thing I want to point out that has nothing to do with the show, but yes, Love for Comics actually hit me up. Lord of Brooklyn, please, BK, if you could hit up Love for Comics, please do so. He's got a little something as a surprise for you. So he told me to reach out to you. I just haven't had a chance.
Even when he's not on, he's giving things away. The guy's
it's nuts, dude. It's absolutely nuts. But yeah, hit him up. But anyway, speaking blind bags, I don't know if you guys saw this. We were talking about TMNT 13 earlier. That is going to kick off a new era, and they're going to be bringing blind bag variants as well, and a deadly new villain. So it's funny because I saw somebody in the chat, I can't recall who, saying that, by next year we're gonna have blind bags literally every week. Everything's gonna be blind bags. But yeah, it does feel like we're getting a lot more of these, man. As you could see, I mentioned that we have new writers, new artists that are hopping on as of TMNT issue 13. It's going to be a fresh storyline, and it's all taking place just in time for the holidays. So, hey, man, you don't even need to pay for wrapping paper on these books. You've already got it in a blind bag. But besides that, there's multiple amazing covers. I love that Raza cover right there at the top left. Dude, so sick. Clayton Crane's got a ratio right there, right next to it, in the middle at the top. Cool covers, but again, the blind bag stuff is continuing on with a lot of series, as we can see.
I just hope they don't get lazy with it. Again, I think it's a wonderful marketing tool. I keep coming back to it again, over and over again. I think it kind of scratches the itch of the pack opening of a card with a comic instead. I think it's a nice merging of both. I've always been kind of a proponent of it because I like things. Like, I know a lot of people hate Bad Idea. I've always found Bad Idea fascinating because they like to have fun with the hobby, and they like to push the envelope in their marketing and their ideas. So I think their ideas and everything, it's good. I'm a proponent of that,
Yeah.
And I like those things that they do. And I feel the same way a lot with the blind bags. But I hope that these people realize that they should always be saved for really important events.
Yeah.
Ultimate Endgame, First Turtles.
Yeah,
the Trick or Treat or the holiday version of the Mark Spears.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
both those ideas are great. Like the Krampus, genius. Yeah, it got me. I'm sucked. I'm sucked in. So yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's the only thing I worry about.
I like the idea you just brought up. Like, example, even holidays. Like, Mark Spears obviously being a hit for Halloween. Dude, it doesn't get better. Mark Spears Halloween makes sense, but a holidays one, Mark Spears, dude, that would be amazing. Like,
it's coming.
Yeah.
I think that's, for me, that's the kind of thing you do.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I just thought of a ton of covers. Just as you were saying this, I'm like, man, this is genius. I hope we do get something along those lines. But yes, keep it exclusive to such events. Don't do it every single week. I don't want to see this type of shit. Anyways.
Yeah.
But all right, up next, I don't know if you guys saw this, Dragon Con. Yes, there was a vendor who was removed for selling AI art. That's right. #art by humans. This was wild, man. I was happy, and also, look, I found it to be a few things, to say the least. One, at Dragon Con, like I said, this vendor was removed. There was a lot of people like kind of asking like for proof of this being original art, etc. And lo and behold, they kicked this person out of the table. They took them out of the con and said, "That's it. Pack up, go home. We don't want to see you here, and you're not allowed to sell this." The vendor was removed for selling AI art, and I think it's muddy waters. Okay, let's start with that. Okay, I'm all for it. Remove it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming to a Comic Con to see fucking art that can be sold and made literally via Chat GPT or whatever it is that you're using. You're making these arts and you're just making money off it. We all know how this comes about, especially at a convention as such. You gotta be wild for even setting up there, in my opinion. What do you think?
Well, first of all, Dragon Con's a big con,
Yeah,
so you have real creators there, like
yeah,
real artists. That automatically is a non-starter for a real artist. They want nothing to do with this. Like, you speak to a real artist we have in our community, people who like literally when they see people posting what they've created, not selling, using AI tools, and they're triggered.
yeah,
Okay, so to go there and peddle your wares, which is basically theft from other artists,
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah,
It
that's what I mean. Like doing that, if that be the case, it's wild, dude.
because I understand we're in the wild, wild west now, and AI is going to be a different thing. And listen, man, I use ChatGPT for work when I'm coding and things like that all the time. Okay, so it's not as if I'm against it for when it's helping me, but the reality is, I feed it a question or a prompt, right? And the question or prompt for art is going to be, "Hey, man, I like Pepe Larraz's art. Make this an image that looks like that," you know. And that's where it starts stealing, right? Because it's not me creating that and being inspired by Pepe Larraz. It's I'm asking a machine to use an algorithm to figure out how to make the art look like that, right? And now that's basically stealing, kind of thing. So
Yeah,
going to a con and try to like make money off of that, and then if it's not Pepe, it's somebody else, right? Style of Dragon Ball Z. I don't
yeah,
know, whatever I'm trying to say, or Spawn images, or whatever it is.
yeah,
I'm basically stealing. So I think it's the right thing to do for the con. I think it's a little bit weird though, because now do we want to have like a Gestapo above us? You know, should we just reject this artist if we know? But the con has to do it because other artists that are at the con won't go back unless the con does this.
yeah. And
Like, so it's torn up in so many ways here, you know? Uh,
I think what ended up happening, I may be wrong, but I do agree with some people here that are saying that maybe this was kind of a witch hunt, right? They were like accusing this artist and not the artist not being capable of providing the proof that this is original artwork or whatever. Kind of set people off, and when things get out of hand to a point where literally everybody is complaining, pointing fingers, and then it starts to get a little out of control. If it gets rowdy at any point, then yeah, what the police are going to do is probably ask for the person to be removed because now it's getting out of control. Do I care for AI art? No, I don't. Personally, I don't. Would I ever spend money on it? No, I wouldn't. But it does, like you said, you're using it in your day to day. And I've noticed, including myself, dude, multiple channels continue to talk about AI art, and it's here, man. It's in the hobby, and I agree with you when you said that setting up at a convention where actual artists, where they're probably victim of having their artwork kind of stolen. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
absolutely wild. So if that be the case,
it's gutsy.
yeah, if that be the case, then the artist who was removed on the final day of the con by the name Oriana Garez, you're nuts. But if it's not the case, and in fact this is original art, then I kind of feel bad if this was
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. If the person got railroaded, right?
yeah,
100%, I feel bad for them.
yeah,
I am
well,
assuming that they didn't start acting irrationally. Somebody tipped them off that this is AI art, an artist walking the alley or something, you know.
yeah,
Um, But I mean, look, people try to accuse Dan Panosian of doing AR art, and
Yeah.
then he started posting all his like step by step. So
Yeah.
there are like weird witch hunts happening too, which makes no sense. Like, what's wrong with you people? You know.
Yeah.
But again, have fun at home. Work with the AR art stuff. I get it. Don't try to make money off it at a con. Sell it on Etsy or something. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I think you're going there. These artists already feel under attack, right?
Yep.
You expediting the work and doing that, I think it's just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're asking for trouble.
Yeah, I knew you buy art on Etsy. Good for you, man. But besides the nod, using any kind of computer is cheating, bro. I grew up in a time where we were not allowed to use calculators in class, right? So yeah,
That's why he failed math every year.
No, that dude, I passed math, man, with flying colors. I could tell you what my weakness was. It was gym, bro. I skipped gym because I would go hang out at the bar across the street. That's what I used to do, and yeah.
In elementary school.
No, in high school, bro. When I
Okay,
was
fine.
in high school, my mom, I'll never forget the day I came home with my report card, and she's like, "How did you fail gym?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And like my report card said like 40 out of 100, and she's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I'll be honest. Yeah, I skipped class and I would go to the bar across the street. That was me." But yeah. Anyways, all that to say, I still play sports, guys. Don't worry. I play hockey, won cups. We're good. We're good. But anyways, last topic that I want to talk about. It was very interesting. I saw this article by Bleeding Cool again, and they said that comic store in your future is selling their comics early. What to do? And it's a very interesting article. I don't know if you guys have come across it yet on the website, but some of the points that they bring up is that, early comic sales give stores a competitive edge, but risk breaking vendor release day rules. Then they also talk about collector demand drives some shops to release comics ahead of the official launch date. So, kind of saying that obviously, we want these books. So because we are making our voice heard to these shops are definitely going to sell to us. They're going to make their money while they can. Past secret shopper programs were ineffective and burdensome for small comic store owners. And yes, that is a big topic for sure. Email reporting with receipt evidence is a simple solution for vendors to enforce street date compliance, which, yeah, look, let's go through this a bit one by one. So early comic sales give stores a competitive edge, but risk breaking vendor release day rules. Yeah, that's very factual. But the competitive edge, dude. Look, most shops operate in ways where, example, obviously we get the pre-orders, etc. But then when we get to new comic book day, like we'll use you as an example. Mondays you're making your sales, right? You're making your sales. You have them online, on your YouTube show, but you're not giving it to them.
Nobody gets the books until they're released it.
Bingo.
For
So
instance, Batman Day is Saturday. Even if they're available on a Monday, they're not going to be released to anybody on a Saturday.
yeah,
Many shops will upload their new catalog or the new books that they receive on a Saturday. Others will do it on a Tuesday, but none of them that I've seen are releasing the books early. So I don't think shops release them early. I haven't encountered that. Now I've seen and heard of places on Whatnot opening up the packs early, right? Like the blind bags, so they may be doing that, and that may be one of the things that's coming and giving and rising for this conversation that Bleeding Cool is happening.
yeah,
But I don't believe telling people, it's like kind of like FOC, right? Hey,
Yeah.
this is available, purchase it, but you're not getting it until the street date. So I don't see anything negative in that. I do think if you're giving it out early before the
street date.
street date, it's wrong. Like for instance, we love doing the blind bag openings, but
Yeah.
we were told that DC didn't want that happening on the show, and we didn't do it on the show. We sold the blind bags. We didn't even open them on the show.
Yep.
Because DC didn't want them revealed till Wednesday,
Exactly.
and we abide by that. So you have to. I think you have to abide by that, and that goes even for story wise, right? There's some story things that you don't want to open up and let people read them and then start spoiling them early. It's already so hard for now for them to keep spoilers quiet for certain books, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff, I think, there's a reason for that stuff.
Dude, I remember back in the day being responsible on YouTube for breaking a story way before its launch. And it was cool to know the information, to share it, thinking that it was a good idea because I want to share it with the viewers so that they can brace themselves for such an event. And then after the fact, we sit back and it's like, yeah, but this kind of sucks when you think about the writers, when you think about the hard work that these companies are putting into that. On that aspect, man, I agree. And to be honest with you, my conscience obviously favors that side now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like live and learn. Made that mistake before. Even if I know something prior, I would most likely keep it tight-lipped because you don't want to spoil these things in ways where it kind of ruins it for the company, the writers, and everybody who put in the hard work. But
It's a very delicate line because we want to make sure we keep things. You want people informed, but you don't want to spoil the story. It's delicate, and 100%.
yeah, but continuing with the conversation now, when it comes to the early comic sales that give stores competitive edge, I don't think there's a wrong way. Like even on Whatnot, I know people are going after the blind bag thing. Now the blind bag thing, I could understand the opening of the pack. That's okay. I don't think it's necessary, but you can still pre-sell. Even if New Comic Book Day, you get the books on a Friday and you have a stack of 100, you want to sell them, go for the pre-sale. Don't just don't ship it out until it's
Yeah,
supposed
I
to be
guess
shipped
the
out.
the thing with Whatnot is, I believe you don't get paid unless you ship.
Yeah.
So these probably dudes are paying. If they're selling it on a Saturday or Sunday, they're shipping it on a Monday, and that might be,
Yeah, that's problematic. That's problematic. But now, obviously, collector demands drive shops to release comics ahead of time. I don't think so. I don't think that the demands are to the point where shops are feeling strapped in any way or whatever. But of course, they're going to capitalize. Dude, if I look, I go back to
what
when I
is
was go back to when I was a musician. Go back to when I was a musician. Okay, I recorded my album. I printed everything. It's in my hands. I have, let's say, 20,000 CDs. Yes, I said CDs, guys. Those were a thing. If I have 20,000 CDs and all my friends are hitting me up like, yo, give me 2 copies, give me 3 copies, give me a copy, whatever, no problem. I will sell them. I'm going to pre sell them to you. And then when the official launch is, here you go, bro. Come pick it up. You know what I mean? Or I'll ship it to you or whatever it is. Like, I'm not going to turn down money. You know what I mean?
no? But I'm not sure what Bleeding Cool is advocating for exactly. Are they advocating for what most shops are already doing now, selling them early but not giving them out, or do they
So,
want shops to give it out early too?
no, well, there are shops, unfortunately, that do give it out, and those guys should be reprimanded 100%. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
do
Like,
they want people to give it out early or not? Bleeding
no,
Cool,
no,
exactly.
not. So what they're actually suggesting people do is, reporting shops with receipt evidence, and they think that this might be a solution. So email reporting with receipt evidence is a simple solution for vendors to enforce street date compliance. So, example, if I came to your shop on a Monday and the book doesn't come out till a Wednesday, well, I have the receipt. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Majority of shops that I shop at, whether it be, anywhere in Montreal or anywhere I've traveled, whether it be in Ontario, whether it be in the United States, there is never a single fucking receipt that I receive that says Batman 1 $4.99. This is the title. That doesn't even exist, dude. If anything, the cash register either has PayPass where you just tap and that's it, and you get a stupid receipt with your transaction and date, and that is it. No details of the book. Or if the shop is an OG shop with an original cash register. Again, it won't mention any of the titles. Yeah, it won't mention any of the damn titles.
So, I think it's really weird that a website that's rumor is in touch with the struggles that a many comic shopper are going through
Yeah,
is advocating people to drop a dime on the shops.
that's another thing.
I
That's what I was
believe
saying.
if a shop is willing to start, they shouldn't. And again, I, you know, I do not condone this, but I could imagine a shop that's a brick and mortar shop with who knows how much expenses is feeling the pressure, everybody coming after them, and they start doing this, okay, to some of their loyal customers. And advocating people to drop a dime on them when they're barely maybe surviving, for me, is a bit of a weird thing to do for a site that's supposedly proponent of wanting to keep a healthy comic market.
Yeah.
There's so many things stacked against many of these shops, okay, uh, with predatory, exclusive people who push stuff on the market and then take ratios and then tank them afterwards and have a million open order copies and they tank certain things. That many shops feel completely under attack, and someone does something mistake and stupid and and tries to fight back in their own little way to get an edge in the market because they want to satisfy to keep a couple of customers because they're scared that somebody else will do it, right?
Yeah.
I can understand why people do that. It's wrong, but they that, and then for us to be like East Berlin type thing in the 1970s and dropping dimes on our neighbors. Stop. The
Yeah.
site, the shop. If you as a customer frown upon that behavior, don't drop a dime on the shop. Don't partake in that behavior.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be going around tattling on every single person. You could just reject that shop, say, hey man, this is not cool. I don't think you should do it, and let them know how you feel. That's
Yeah.
how I would say it. You know
But
what I mean?
exactly. It comes down to that, man. Look, like I was saying within the article, yes, there's let's say a shop who's been outed and caught for selling early, but to say this across the board as a solution, I think is kind of like it's overreaching in my opinion. I don't even think it comes close to anywhere where this is an issue. I don't know why this is blowing up, to be honest, because a lot of shops are not putting their books that they're receiving on Fridays. Because shops, guys, some get them early, some get them close to the day of release, some will get it on a Tuesday, and they got a bag and board for Wednesday. It all operates differently, dude. Not everyone's getting the stuff at the same time. So if shops are putting the books on the shelf for you to take home prior, I agree. Just give them a heads up. But realistically, as a comic fan and somebody who reads comics, dude, if I have my shop that's hooking me up, you think I'm gonna rat them out, man? No, I don't. I don't see anybody. And most shops, if anything, that do, let's say, give somebody the opportunity to take home a book rather earlier, it's usually a bro. You know what I mean? It's one of the boys. It's
but
somebody.
again, these people, the guy has the gall to say drop a dime on a shop. Like, do you know how pretentious and like pulled out of the reality of what the shop is struggling for that even seems like to be a concept that you wrote? Like, is this article written by an AI? You know what I mean? Like doesn't have any care of another human being and what they're going through. I don't know. Like the whole concept. Whoever said that, I don't know why it's blowing up. I have no idea because I never thought this was an issue. The only issue I even fathom see is the blind packs, and these people are just making content up because I have never seen a rampant thing. I have never encountered a shop even offering me this.
No, me neither.
Like,
Bro.
I've had shops where I've been ride or die with them for like 20 years.
Yeah, same. Let's be fully transparent, man. I pre-order all of my books on FOC with Comic Legion. You are a good friend of mine, right?
Yeah.
How big is my box right now at your house?
It's a large box.
Exactly. So my point being is that even at that, I agree, man. I've never come across shops that would do such a thing. But are there shops? I guess it seems that there may be shops out there that are doing this. I don't see, people being willing to turn down money. But I do think there's just a a smarter way of doing this. Is like, here, you want a copy, no problem, dude. Kind of like what you guys do on your Monday night show. You pre-sell the book to people who show up to the new comic book they show on YouTube, and then as of Wednesday, you can come pick up the book. Very simple.
I've had Armin, a dear friend who I've been to his home, come pick up his books on a Tuesday night, and I told him, "Hey, here's everything until this week. You can't get the books."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I understand. He needed the books for something else. Didn't get the books.
Yeah.
Like, it was Tuesday night, like 8 o'clock. Like,
Yeah.
past everything is closed. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
And no, like, I mean, I don't think this is even an issue on any shop. I don't think this is it's a plaguing our shops at all. Our community at all. So this to me seems like a really weird thing for them to write. And I agree with Left. I think this is probably just AI written clickbait content because it's engaging and they're just looking for a scandal. Things are going too good. The books are too good. Let's make up some kind of stupid kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is like BC's made up idea that the Ultimate Universe is ending that he's been pushing for months on this channel. You know what I mean? The point where I have Christian breaking down in front of Chris Condon, begging for him to continue, and the guy's like, "Relax, bro, relax. We're not ending it yet, bro."
I love
he's
how
like, "But BC told me," and I'm like,
I love how this episode just came full circle from the intro to this moment, because yes, even on Comic Legion's streams, I catch strays, guys, and we'll play it again.
Chris Condon, when he went up to him and asked him, he's like, "Why are you ending the Ultimate Universe?" And because Jolando's been pushing this stupid myth on his show every week, and I keep telling him to stop saying it, and his response to
that is my favorite video, a favorite moment from the show, because the anger in your voice was so good. But
I basically Danny DeVito memed it basically, and then I just started blasting.
It was so good, man, so good. But guys, that was the show. I want to highlight Alex again because he asked a question and shot us a super chat. So thank you so much for that, Alex. But he wants to know, man, Daphne Keane, you got to meet her. She looked really excited to be there, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But how was the experience?
Okay, first of all, Alex, I didn't meet her. I just creeped on her from the side, right, and took pictures.
No kidding.
Anthony and Peter from the chat had our books because I had to split up with them, and they met her, and they said she was not just nice, she was wonderful. She was engaging. She asked them how they're having fun. And Anthony basically thinks that she was in love with him. But I think Anthony was just drunk, basically. And he's just drunk on power because she batted her eyelashes to him. But she was actually super nice, super sweet, clearly beautiful. Like, drop dead, and amazing, actually. They was one of the highlights of the show. I ended up meeting Ewan McGregor instead. That was the difference. So we had to split up. So I think I lost in that deal. But that's what happened. So we had to have a split duty. But I did see her, and I was creeping in the line and took a creepy photo, which I think I shared in the chat, and then made up like some kind of story about how she's smiling because whatever, some creepy thing that I said.
Yeah, because you're weird. You're very weird like that, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm clearly super creepy. Yeah, super creepy. That's my thing.
But yeah, no, Daphne is absolutely beautiful. I wish I could have had a conversation with her about some of the work she's done within the MCU. But you did tell me that there's going to be content dropping from the boys, the Reference Point podcast, etc.
She did say something to the boys that she had no clue if she's going to be in Doomsday, but I think she's lying to us. I think 100%. She knows. I think she knows if she's in it or not. She knows. She's just lying on what she knows. And if she's denying it, knowing, that means she's probably in it, even if it's just a cameo.
She's better than Tom Holland at keeping secrets, so that's for sure. But yeah, man, I wish I was there.
Isn't Andrew Garfield the worst?
I think Tom Holland's the worst. The guy
and Mark Ruffalo, they're both pretty bad.
Yeah, they're both
like they're terrible together.
Absolutely. I put them up. Do I get my homework, Steve, for the next episode? Absolutely. Any time you can hop on, we'll have you for 5 minutes.
You have to have like an intro for him.
Yeah.
You know, like a Steve
Oh,
segment.
dude, I already have the name. It's called This is Steve. So yeah, we're gonna get Steve's perspectives on comics as he's new into the hobby, and it'll be fun, man. Hopefully, we'll build him up to the point where he becomes an expert, and then he could take over my hosting gigs at Covrprice or this channel or anything. So
Well, anywhere that we could get you less of you, Steve, get on it.
yeah, exactly. So that's the goal there. But yeah, I want to answer Louis's question. He's asking. Louis asked, "Isn't this main main focus on selling platforms?" Yeah. You know what? Even if look, we were talking comic shops, but even selling platforms, man. Again, it comes down to, let's say, if the book's coming out on a Wednesday and I'm selling on a Monday, I'm allowed to. I don't see an issue with me being able to sell it on Whatnot on a Monday. I'll just ship it out on Wednesday. You know what I mean? That's when it's available. So what's the problem? If they're selling it, like, I don't even know how it's physically possible to do it an entire week prior, because
It doesn't make, anyways. It's not an issue. I can't stand it. This is
Exactly.
Rick Johnson looking for things that don't exist.
Exactly. But guys, man, we went 2 hours and 34 minutes and you guys stuck around with us throughout the whole show. So thank you so much. Chia, again, thank you for hopping on. I know it's been 5 months, but let's not do that again. We'll get you on relatively soon. And in fact, you and I are going to be hanging out pretty often, especially over on Covrprice, because yes, the new comic book day show will have CHIAPET there, as well as infamous Jeb. So you guys know that the information is going to be rocking and we're going to be having some good times. Tomorrow night, Comic Legion goes live for their new Comic Book Day claim sale at 7 p.m. Eastern Time over on the YouTube channel. It's hosted by Lefteros. Unfortunately, Chia is going to be there as well, but he does a great job and should be working at
these hands. I don't do anything except for the hands. I'm basically like George Costanza hand model type thing. But guys, nobody needs to get that Joe Madureira ratio if it's there, because it's not nice enough to get. Everybody should pass on the Joe Mad ratio.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody
wants that.
Garbage.
Not. I adore Joe Mad, and I can't wait that he's doing the Age of Apocalypse art covers on the even the over. Oh, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
To get my hands on that.
Yeah.
And one of the males on Interiors, by the way, who's is incredible as well.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. That Joe Mad cover, I'm just happy to have it in a trade, man. So yeah. All right, guys.
Stay away, Corgi.
Yeah, stay away. Exactly. Stay away. Have yourselves a great week, guys. If I don't catch you over on the Covrprice side of town, I'll see you next Sunday with a new guest. Thank God.
Blade 2 is better than Blade 1, guys.
Oh my God.
That's facts. That's facts. Guillermo del Toro is better. Made a better movie. Period. That's it. That's my last take.
Have a good week, guys.
Better than 1.
Adios.